I need that sports encyclopedia. Where you at, Steve Kim? Got Trent in the cut.
Coach JB.
Yeah.
Where you at, man? In the gym shooting, I'm Durant. You ain't shooting John Morant.
Darnell is the Ball State legend. I'm the Warren Central High School legend.
I'm proving with a reliable source, straight from the mouth of the horse. Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to Yost.
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
Better stay in your lane. Hop into
You are fucking insane. Dude, what? You just will not give this guy his flowers. What is wrong with you?
Oh, you must have thought I was a bitch.
I am him. You's not it. What's the topic? With your logic when I flow. Big Komodo, how it's talking.
Got to get back to letting the baby cry a little bit to see if they can soothe themselves.
That's a bar.
Issues get pressed so fast it don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
I identified him after his third fight and I said that guy can be a star.
I'm so proud of the show, bro.
The gap. Smitty and Jason Brown.
Coach JB Show.
What up? Yeah, it's not Coach Brown. It's me, Jeff Nadu, and I'm taking over the Coach JB and Smitty show for just a little bit until our friend Jason Brown joins us. We got a whole host of guests coming on. And yeah, I didn't think I'd be hosting this show right away, but I'm here nonetheless. JB's running a little late. Smitty, I don't know where he is. But hey, we're going to get it rocking tonight. The NFL Draft 2024 is upon us, and a lot of young men tonight are going to learn where the next couple of years of their life will be spent. We got all sorts of big-time storylines as we head in. It's draft day. We got nail polish. We got all sorts of stuff tonight. And the nail polish is going to come quick as the number one pick will be selected, and it will be Caleb Williams. Shout out to everybody in the chat. If you're out there and you're enjoying what you're seeing, please hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to donate, support JB and Smitty even further, make sure you do that. Show love. The quickest way to grow a show is tell your friends, so make sure you do that as well. We got a lot going on. Let's not jump out. Let's get further and right into it. Bailey, what do you say we start with a little mock draft, right? Because these picks are about to come in fast and furious. Look, we all know who the number one pick is going to be, right? Look, is this a slam dunk pick? I don't know. I don't think anyone knows. In fact, I think we can all agree this is not a unbelievably talented quarterback class, but the number one pick is Caleb Williams. He might be successful. He might not. He isn't a surefire pick, but in this situation, he is a surefire pick, and he's going to be the number one pick. For the Washington Commanders, I think this is quite an easy pick as well, especially with kind of a group that, as we've talked about on the show, this is a pretty damn good team already. They've got plenty of skill position talent. We know that they have a new regime coming in defensively. They obviously need to improve, and they're going to do that here in this NFL draft. But you got to go out and get your next quarterback. It's Jayden Daniels. This is a surefire pick here. This is easy. The first 3 or 4 picks in this draft are quite easy. Look, quite honestly, if I could bet the first 4 picks, I would play that. I think the New England Patriots will also take a quarterback. We have to remember, there has never been 4 quarterbacks selected in the top 10. Think about that. We're going to have 4 quarterbacks, possibly by 7, in Caleb Williams, Jayden Daniels, Drake Maye, and with J.J. McCarthy flying up the draft boards, we're probably going to have that happen tonight. Now, it really is a question of, do the Vikings trade up? And we'll get to that. Arizona, this is a simple pick as well. We have heard time and time again about Kyler Murray not being the guy in Arizona. I think he could be the guy. We've seen flashes of talent with this guy. When he's healthy and he's in there, he's a decent quarterback. He has the ability to be a high-level quarterback in the NFL. At one point a year or two ago, this guy was an MVP candidate. We have to remember that. You have to go out and get him weapons. And one of the best wide receiver prospects in a long time is Marvin Harrison Jr. It's that simple. He is the pick here. It has to be the pick. We have heard other things. Do they go another way? Look, if they stay at number 4, they are going to take Marvin Harrison. It's that simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think is pretty straightforward, pretty stand forward. It's a lock. Look at this already. We already have some donations here. This is what Nadu does. He brings the donations. A Mensch 50 with $50 getting us started here on a Thursday night for NFL Draft Day. The Chicago Bears, I believe, are on the clock. Let's go to the number 5 pick. This is where it gets interesting. I've heard many people today say that the safest pick in this draft is Joe Alt. I agree. I think Joe Alt is a guy that you build your offensive line around. He's a guy that's going to play for a long time in the NFL. We know Jim Harbaugh, as Shaun King alluded to on the show today, which I was on, they want to run the football, take some of the pressure off Justin Herbert. Now, again, they could go receiver here. They could go dazzly skill position player here. But to me, Rashawn Slater, a guy who has some injury concerns, I feel like if you're them, you have to go out and strengthen this offensive line, and you have to go with best player available. I've said before, and I'll say it again, Joe Alt is 1-2 as far as the best tackles in this draft. To me, I think you got to go with a tackle here. I go Joe Alt here at the number 5 pick. New York Giants, this is a bet I made. I have the New York Giants taking a receiver, and I have them taking, to me, the second best receiver in this draft, Malik Nabers. Malik Nabers is a guy who I think we will hear certain things about character issues, but the truth of the matter is they need to get Daniel Dimes a receiver. I mean, how long can you throw to, Richie James and the guys like that? You got to go out and get a big fire talent. Malik Nabers is a guy who's coming in from a school, very surefire in the NFL. Generally, when you take an LSU receiver, you are drafting a solid, good NFL player. Look at the last couple LSU receivers. We look at guys like Jarvis Landry, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. These guys, when they come into the NFL, they are successful. And look, not for nothing, Brian Thomas will be successful in the NFL as well. The Tennessee Titans at number 7. And remember, who is on screen right now? Wow, it is Eminem of all people, who can be a bit cringy, let's just be honest, but he's the best rapper, one of the best rappers of all time, surely the number 1 white rapper of all time. And for people like myself and people like Wido and individuals that are not African-American, Eminem gave us some hope. Let's just be honest. So shout out to Eminem, always a legend in our book. Now, Bailey, I know, has something called the racial draft. Is that correct, Bailey? What's this all about? I don't know what this is.
Racial draft is starting now.
Ooh, shit.
Oh, this is I haven't seen this.
What? Mahomes is white.
No, he's not. All right, listen.
Is that Tomlin or Smitty?
Fuck you guys. Mahomes is half white. We're taking.
Nah, let me tell y'all. Hey, JB, keep it real.
I actually don't remember that.
Jeff, what up?
What's up, bro? How are you?
Man, you holding it down? Give me 1 minute, man. I gotta get my tequila. I just
That's
got
fine. I was just going through the mock right now.
Oh, perfect. Keep doing that. I'll give you 1 minute.
So we'll go through the mock. We won't play that now. We'll wait for JB to come back. We'll go to 7. I think the Tennessee Titans are going to trade this pick. I really do. I think this is where Minnesota trades up. I think they want JJ McCarthy. I think you're going to have to go up to do it. Now, what's interesting here is, do they look at it and just say, well, we know that these other teams are going to take a quarterback and we're just going to stay steadfast in where we are? I think the one worry you have is another team trades up, and you want to go out and get the guy you want right now. We know that Minnesota need a quarterback. You can't go into the season with Sam Darnold or Jaron Hall or these kind of guys. They're not your future quarterback. You got to go out and get a guy in JJ McCarthy with a big arm, a guy with a lot of talent, and we're going to have 4 quarterbacks in the first 7 picks. Remember, 4 quarterbacks have never been taken in the top 10. That's amazing. So I'm going to pencil in the Minnesota Vikings make this pick, and they take JJ McCarthy. And I'll tell you right now, if they do, I'm going to be very happy because I have JJ to go at number 7 overall, 20-1. So I'm going to go with Minnesota. They make this pick. If they don't make this pick and it's Tennessee, I think they probably go some sort of offensive lineman. They need to shore up their offensive line down there. What are you drinking there, Coach?
Some Sincoro, Anejo, triple Anejo tequila.
Nice.
You hear me all right?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you just fine. Hopefully everybody else can hear you.
I'm on the wireless mic. We got everything good in here now in the lounge. I can do it full go. We don't have no interruptions. We got we're direct wired. So perfect.
So your boy's on the clock with the nail polish.
Does he have it on?
I believe he does. I think he said he was going to go silver tonight.
God.
Did you ever think you'd see a day where this is what we would be discussing as a method of fashion for one of these people?
No, never. It's a different world. Were you on this morning with Shaun when he mentioned the Gen Z part?
No, I don't.
Okay, so he made a good point. This is the first draft in QB in the Gen Z era. It's going to be very interesting how this Gen Z era quarterback works out. How's this Gen Z shit going to work out in Chicago when they think he's the savior?
Well, as I said before, if he plays well, they're not going to care what he does. But if he doesn't play well, it's going to get ugly quick, and it's going to be doubling down just because of stuff like that. I've said before, and I'll tell you, and I agree with you guys, I liked Justin Fields personally. I backed him a few times last year and was a big fan of his. I think they kind of pulled it out quick and let him go a little early. But as I've said, and would you agree that there is not a surefire bang-out quarterback selection in this draft, right?
It's the worst I've seen in a long time. I went on Whitlock today, and he said the same thing. It's the worst he's remembered. Let me ask you this. Do you think they're just straight up doing it out of necessity just to say they do it with a quarterback, drafting a quarterback? Because there's no way. And here's the issue. Here's the takes I've had with NFL guys. If you look at it, the evaluation process by these teams has to be questioned. And a lot of these GMs, if you've looked at it, have zero playing experience and zero coaching experience. Right. These are administrators, Jeff, thrown in the fire here.
It's analytic shit too, right?
Yeah, man. And you also are in the analytic world as far as coaches go. So look at it. It's now all becoming – I don't know if you got to see our show yesterday. We have a youth football movement here, and this fucking governor here, Newsom, is trying to get rid of youth football again. Unbelievable. Tackle football. And they're pushing this flag football thing. And he made a good point. He's like, man, are we really pushing this all-inclusive? Because now 8 states have girls flag football as a main sport now at the high school level. And when is it going to be pushed that this is what we do? The Pro Bowl is flag football, Jeff. I'm not saying they're going to go to flag football right away, but what I'm saying is they're they're starting to slowly put in all inclusion and make this thing really, really soft, man. And I'm just scared to death that we don't get into that.
Well, as far as, and one of the chat guys is saying that only 3 active NFL GMs have played in the NFL.
Yeah, crazy, right?
I mean, that's insane. So you can't expect them to, again, we know change is going to happen in sports, but some of this crazy change we're seeing, as quick as we're seeing it, is pretty unbelievable. But look, with Caleb Williams, look, he's got talent. We all know that, but it's all going to come down to with some of his behavior off the field. If he is winning, no one will care. It's like with Allen Iverson. Nobody cared that he came in drunk and high the next day and screwed a hooker until 4 a.m. in Atlantic City. As long as he came at 7 o'clock at night to the Wachovia Center and dropped 50, nobody cared, right? But eventually he started his nonsense. He wasn't showing up, and that's where it started to become a problem. And then all of a sudden we start looking into his cornrows and we look into the way he dresses, and all of a sudden that's a problem. So, again, none of this will matter if he plays well.
No, it won't. And like Weddle will be on later. He'll talk about his day when he got picked up, and he's going to talk about that, and he's going to mention the same thing. And we'll ask him that specifically because we've had weirdos. I was around weirdos. We've all seen great weirdos. We've seen great weirdos. Dennis Rodman at the NBA level. We've seen great weirdos. Mm-hmm. But we've also seen weirdos that have come in and absolutely imploded a locker room. 100%. That is when the problem happens. And listen, here's the thing, Jeff. Would it have worked in my era? No. It was a lot of alpha dogs. We like to chase pussy, go around the titty. We talked our talk in the locker room. We didn't have to hold our tongue about anything. We didn't worry about any words being said. Now, I would lean that it's more towards the Caleb Williams type of personality than it is alpha dog. We're in the jersey swap era. So maybe that's it, man. They don't care no more, Jeff. Look at the guys transferring from one school to another and then coming back to the old school. Back in the day, we would beat your ass.
And also remember, if you are someone who, let's say you are really competitive, you're looked at now as weird. Like if you go too hard and you don't do jersey swaps, you're not normal, right? The whole like hating the rest of the NBA or whatever sport you're in, there's none of that going on anymore. There's no rivalry, right?
No.
At college, there is no loyalty to
it. Starts at college, though, Jeff. You know that. Like, this is the first time. I've said it forever, and I don't know why no one understands what I'm saying. Interested to hear your take. This is the first time ever that it's going upwards, meaning used to, let's say there was a shitbird, a Terrell Owens did some stupid shit for the Niners. The college receiver and the high school kid mimicked and copied it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they went and done some dumb shit. Well, we had to worry about it as coaches. We had to coach them up now. Hey, man, you stop being like him. He's a 1%er. We had to go that route. Now, Jeff, you got kids in high school going to 4 schools in 4 years. Now in college, it becomes what? They're going 9. We got a 9th-year senior hitting Miami. Right. So now what are you seeing in the NFL, Jeff? Guys demanding trades under contract. That's all transfer portal. So the thing is going this way where it used to go this way. I want to be like the NFL player. Now they're all on the same playing field. So, all right, the pick is in.
I will say it again. I think when it's all said and done, Jayden Daniels will be a better NFL quarterback than Caleb Williams.
Oh, there's no question. There's no question about it.
Caleb Williams rocking, what is that, a sweatsuit?
I don't know. I looked at that.
That's kind of I like that vibe with the sweatsuit. The nails are shiny for sure.
I think it's actually a black sleek light suit.
Okay.
I think.
It's got the zipper, so I thought, is that some kind of like sweatsuit?
I don't know. The NFL swag. I miss the old swag. Carmelo Anthony with the baggy fucking wide leg, double wide leg.
Let me ask you though, and this is a point of contention with the first round. Do we really need 10 minutes per pick? I mean,
well, here, my day, Jeff, you're probably a little younger.
It was 15, right?
30.
Oh, really? Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, it used to be 30, Jeff, and we would watch that shit for days. We'd watch that shit for days. In the 6th round, you're like, fuck, pick 300 is 30 minutes. You got 30 minutes. They've accelerated.
After like round 1 now, it goes down to 5 minutes, doesn't it?
I don't know. But now they're putting more onus on the GMs and the scouting service. Jeff, I've been to about 3 of these because I've had players picked in the first round, I went to 3 of these, and I got to be back in the green room with my guys, and it's a great experience for these guys. I know Eric Weddle can talk about it more, but he coming out of that room on that red carpet, regardless of who you are, I commend all these guys because they're living a dream that 1% of the world can live. So it is what it is. I commend them all, but we're always going to have our opinion on these guys at the end of the day, and that's what we do now. But Jeff,
he is wearing a fucking sweatsuit.
It's a suit, but no, it's a suit.
Yeah, okay, now
but it's got some fucking like zoot suit look to it. I don't know.
Let me ask you: was Weddle at the draft or no?
I think so.
2007. That's the year I graduated high school.
Yeah.
Another quarterback wasted by the Bears, says Roy.
Yeah.
Little late there.
Washington on the clock. Man, the I don't know, Jeff. You know what? It's crazy as we go in between these things. We'll try to get some film on each one of these guys as they get drafted, show a little snippet of each guy's highlight film. Listen, Caleb's an uber talented guy. I have no doubt about it, but he's not someone I have never seen before. That's something. That's why I'm like, is he? Bailey, just the main QBs at least, Penix, Caleb, Maye, a couple guys like that. He's not a generational talent, Jeff. Like, I don't see that in him. I don't. I think he's an uber talented kid, no question. I don't see someone we've never seen. He's not Josh Allen. He's not Herbert. He's not Mahomes. He's not John Elway. He's not any of these guys. So I can name 1,000. And he's not even guys that don't make it, Jeff. He's not even guys that end up being journeymen in the league.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen greater guys come out of college. Look at Baker Mayfield and Johnny Manziel and all these guys.
But that's why this is. But see, that's why this is such a crapshoot, because I've said before, I didn't think Patrick Mahomes would be fucking anything in the NFL. We thought Johnny Manziel would be the next great quarterback. Who'd ever thought Tom Brady would have been what he became? Let me ask you, though, have you ever seen Caleb Williams' girlfriend?
No.
Well, let's just say he's winning on and off the field.
White girl?
Of course.
Of course.
Blonde?
Of course.
Looks like she's from Sweden or something?
Yeah, of course. She won't last more than the third round. Look, I lost respect for this kid when he painted "fuck Utah" on his nails. I just think that's the bottom line. Jeff, as we watch this kid ad lib and do plays with his feet, listen.
I mean, but we've seen all this before. It's ad libbing. It's
ad libbing. There's nothing on schedule, Jeff. What do you see on schedule here? This is what college football has become. This is what the NFL has become. Let's just be honest. So this is this is my point. I'm not knocking the pick because this is what the NFL has become. You have to now draft the ad lib guy. And I just don't think it's long-lasting in the NFL, Jeff. Look at what quarterbacks we just drafted 3 years ago or less just were given away for a Chico stick and string cheese, as we say on the show. Look at what's happened. Justin Fields, give him away for nothing. Look at what they did with Pickett. Look what they did with Stidham. You just drafted Stidham. Look at what you've done with all these quarterbacks. And the bottom line is you're giving them away. You're just recycling these guys. It's the same shit.
And I will say, some of the most impressive film I've seen from a young prospect was that kid out of Bridgewater State, James Cahoon. You seen that kid?
It's a D3 kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a kid. I know the coach. I showed that film on the show the other day. I mean,
that was impressive shit, man.
Well, this is the thing about it. There's kids out there now that, due to the portal, go from D2 to D1, D1 to D3, D3 to NAIA. The portal has created a bunch of shit now. There's talent everywhere. So can you find that turnover rocks and find that guy that Belichick used to find? A slow, average, small, white receiver and win fucking 6 Super Bowls with them. Like, that's all he did. He found gems in the draft.
But here's what's interesting about the kid, right? 6'4", 215. Completion percentage 55%. So, again,
who's that?
The D3 kid.
Oh, I know. But we don't know what he played, how many games he played, etc.
10 games. 10 games.
10 games. Yeah. Pick 2 is in.
This is Jayden Daniels.
So you think it's Jayden Daniels?
Yes, and I think all of a sudden I'm a little worried about Washington because I think this team's not that bad. I don't think they're that far away. Now, again, you put Cliff Kingsbury in that room with a Jayden Daniels, all of a sudden that's a pretty interesting offense. They have Terry McLaurin, as we know, pretty decent offensive line. I mean, that's all of a sudden a decent football team. Eckler, we know that. They added Zach Ertz as kind of a interesting older tight end. I like Washington all of a sudden.
Well, I like their defense for the last 2 years. Their D-line was best in football. They got rid of Bryce. They got rid of a couple guys. And then, now it is what it is. Like Shaun King said, since the Raiders did not draft up and make a move, we know who's running the Las Vegas Raiders, and it's not Antonio Pierce, because Antonio Pierce wanted Jayden Daniels, and they would have had to do a lot, and they did not do it. So we kind of know now he does not have full autonomy in Vegas.
Hey, Cameron, when the fuck did I say that? When the fuck did I say that?
God damn, these guys.
I mean, I said his film was some of the most impressive I've seen. Again, it was just a pro day, basically. I've never seen a kid actually play.
These guys they just say anything. I'm sure it's Jayden Daniels, right?
I mean, this top four is, you don't even have to watch it. It's Caleb Williams, Jayden Daniels, Drake Maye, Marvin Harrison. And then it gets interesting.
I'm curious on 3 though. I'm going to be curious on this pick. I wouldn't be shocked if there's a trade. I wouldn't be shocked if. I want to know, Jeff, as we look through this still, as we find some Jayden Daniels film. This is a kid that grew up 5 minutes away. Grew up 5 minutes away here. My buddy, my good friend that plays poker with us, coached him in high school. He is a San Bernardino kid from right here at Cajon High School. Right down the street from C.J. Stroud, right down the street from Bryce Young, right down the street from DJ at Florida State now. All those quarterbacks were roughly at the same and played each other all through high school. This is going to be a very interesting discussion I have with you here. Jayden, I think Jayden actually makes the most on-schedule plays when he throws the ball. Now, we know he ad-libs with his feet, but hitting his fifth step and getting the ball out, I think he does as good as anybody in college football, and he did it in the best league, Jeff. And he did as well, or if not better, than Joe Burrow, who many said had the best season ever.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be interesting. I question his size. As far as his thickness, he has gotten a little thicker, but I like his release. I like his mechanics, and I like his feet. I think he is by far, in my opinion, the best in this draft. Does he have the best career? To be determined, but I think he's the best, has the best upside.
72%, 40 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. I mean, I don't know what more you could want. A dual threat guy. Cam Newton compared him to Russell Wilson. Obviously, that's high praise. But yeah, there's a lot of dual threat ability obviously with him. I think he's in the end, the best quarterback probably in this draft. And again, makes Washington all of a sudden a very interesting football team. Because how long have we said they're just kind of a quarterback away? You mentioned their defense. Dan Quinn comes in. We know he's a defensive guy. They have a good offensive guy under OC. Very interesting.
Yeah, let me ask you this. I got a question for you. Which pick in the top 5? Which team will make the pick, but then trade the pick today? I think there's something going to happen here. I think it'll be a shocker.
I think you see the trade before the pick, quite frankly. My question to you would be, does a player on a team right now get traded? Like a Brandon Ayuk or
somebody? Yeah, I believe so.
I would think as well. Where are you on Drake Maye? Because I know you liked Drake Maye at one point.
Nah, I've never been high. Steve Kim has.
No? Okay.
Nah, Steve Kim, I've never been high on him. Listen, Jeff, he's too big of a body and too big of a athlete to not have the ball pop off his wrist and be, when you saw Will Levis get to his combine and pro day, you saw the ball pop off his wrist and everybody's like, oh shit, we really didn't get to see that in games. This guy's a freak. Drake Maye does not have that. He doesn't have it. That worries me because he's a big body guy. He is athletic, but he's not a freak. So he's going to be more of a pocket guy. So
Patriots are going to make this pick. They're not trading it.
Yeah, they're on pick 3. The Patriots pick is in. They did not trade it, but usually it says picks are in and they do trade too. So we'll see. They didn't trade back though for right now. That doesn't mean they won't, but I'm interested to see if they took Maye. It looks like they did.
Yeah.
Jeff's prediction's been correct so far. I don't love Maye. But this is going as scheduled, as you said. This could be a very quick first round because if everyone already knows that this is a quarterback top heavy draft, which blows me away. I'm curious to see in 5 years what we're saying. Are we using the Trubisky take? Oh, you could have had Trubisky. You could have had Patrick Mahomes instead of Trubisky. Like, what guy is that guy?
Well, also remember, I mean, we look at the last couple of quarterbacks that have come out of North Carolina: Mitchell Trubisky, Sam Howell. Now Drake Maye. We'll see if Drake Maye can kind of move this along forward a little bit. Listen, Patrick. I don't know if you've noticed, but we play it not once but twice, the draft music, and then we type out who the pick is, Patrick.
Hey, Patrick, what are you living? Fucking Hamas? Where are you living at? You don't have fucking TV or Google, motherfucker? We're not. You're dependent on us? On Twitter? You're on Twitter, you fucking idiot. God.
I mean, we also announce the pick is shown when it comes in. We play the music twice, Patrick. And again, we know what these picks are going to be right now. We know them.
All right, this is the critical one. Number 4. Curious to see what they do here.
Do you look at this and say, I mean, again, what a fucking failure Mac Jones ended up being. I mean, they were so high on Mac Jones. Now you're right back where you started.
Let me ask you though.
With Jared Maye, who the fuck knows what he's all about.
Mayo, yeah. Let me ask you though.
Yeah, Mayo. Yeah.
Would you? Drake Maye, would you expect a quarterback to come into the NFL and thrive with a D-line coach as your offensive coordinator and Matt Patricia? I thought that was the biggest. Listen, I'm never going to question Belichick, and that would be the only time I said because I don't understand the ploy. I never got it. It's almost like it was a dick measuring contest, and he was like, I'll fuck around and win with Matt Patricia as my offensive coordinator. I'll show all you fucking idiots how good I am. Like, that's what I got from it. I just don't get that take. And you got a rookie quarterback with that guy.
I think this group has like Carolina last year written all over them. Like, this is a bad offense, man. I mean, there is nothing. What the fuck is this receiver core? Seriously. Your top receiver is KJ Osborne. I guess maybe Juju Smith-Schuster, you throw him in there. What the hell is this offense? Now, again, I know they'll probably add guys in the draft, but this has Carolina 2023 written all over it. And that's a tough division, dude.
Yeah, it's tough, man. And I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked that they took that. I'm shocked they took Drake Maye, to be honest with you, Mayo. I thought he would either make a different QB selection or even possibly go against the grain. But obviously, you're not set on Jacoby Brissett. So
Bailey Zappi.
Yeah, Zappi. Do you keep Brissett and start Brissett this year though, and mentor Drake Maye? Is that what they're doing?
I think they probably just mail it in this season. I think they're a bad team. Of 2 or 3 wins, maybe. You have to let him kind of mature and maybe try him late in the season, see what he's got, and go from there.
So wait, is every pick 5 minutes after the first pick at 10?
That I don't know. I think as soon as the pick is in, they start the clock on the next team.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm rooting for Mac Jones. I think he'll do better in because I'm telling you, I knock on wood. I don't want to see anyone get hurt, but I could see Trevor getting injured and missing some games, and Mac having some success there.
That offense last year was dog shit, and the only reason it wasn't the worst was because Carolina was in the NFL. But after this pick, this is where it gets very interesting. Yeah, it does. Marvin Harrison, foregone conclusion? Yeah, and I'll be curious if the father's there. I'd love to see Senior. We'll see if he's there. You wonder if he is. I'm sure he is.
I don't think he's running yet.
Is he allowed in places like this?
I think so. I got to ask you, the turnout for Detroit, shout out to Detroit in the 313 for turning out. What do they got? They had 70,000 there 3 hours ago. So shout out to Detroit. I like having these things at these type of places. I was in Vegas 2 years ago when Jermaine Johnson got picked in the first round, and it was just a shit show. It was hot and muggy and shitty and packed, and you couldn't move around. At least this place. These guys already knew they wanted months ago, Jeff. These top 4 teams. Look at that. Detroit, shout out to the 313. That's a great vibe there.
Let me ask you something. I was curious about this, and I know you're not an NFL coach, but you know more than most. How many true first-round picks are there in these drafts? Is there 10, 12? True, like even blue chippers. I mean, you're talking
about in 5 years, you look back and say these guys are big-time guys.
Correct.
Maybe 10.
Yeah.
Remember,
32?
Yeah, remember there's 30 what? What is there? Usually there's actually only really, because the same team sometimes picks twice. Some teams don't get a first-round pick. So, pick's already in. I mean, I'd be shocked if they don't take Marvin. Going forward, though, to the Chargers, what do you really see going here?
I said when we started, I think they go I think Joe Alt's probably your safest player. He's a guy that's going to play a long time in the NFL. We know Harbaugh likes kind of the trenches, run the football. I think Joe Alt here. But I could see them going receiver too. I could see Malik Neighbors here. I just have to hope we get through 5. I have McCarthy over 5.5. So as long as he doesn't get drafted at 4 or 5, I'm golden.
Yeah. Let me see here.
American Made says Marvin Harrison never shot anybody. That's untrue. He actually went on trial for it.
Let me see here. Let me get this. We got give an update on everything. We got Dr. Jesse Morse going to join us soon too. He's going to give us some updates on Michael Penix and Thomas, the other receiver who Shaun King likes is better than anybody in the draft at wide receiver, but he also has some injury. Concerns, and Jesse Morse has broke down both of them. We'll get him in soon to discuss some injuries that he's worried about in this draft, especially as we watch the draft go. If somebody starts to fall, especially like a Penix, Jeff, is that the reason why? So Dr. Jesse Morse will join us to talk about that.
I'd be curious what he says about Latu as well. I mean, he's a guy who we've heard a lot of medical stuff with. And look, the concern with a neck injury is, does it go into the back? Do you have issues there? I would be curious because he's kind of the biggest question as far as I've heard people say he could be a top 10 pick if his medical's checked out.
Oh, he is. Coach Shaw, who I respect a lot, today on the talking about it, said he's by far the best defensive player in the draft. He said that when he evaluated the Bosa brothers, he said, "Holy shit, wow." He said the same thing about this kid. This kid was at Washington. He had a life-altering neck injury, put him out of football. He goes to UCLA, and the rest is history. He's literally got sacks this year, Jeff, where the tackle didn't even get a hand on him. So, let's see. So he's special. He's special. He's got a hell of a dip and rip. He's got a hell of a fucking, he can. We say turn the corner. He can turn the corner with the best of them. He can run the hoop, as we say in D-line play. We can run the hoop. he is a guy that I think has a tremendous upside. I know his whole family, great dude. I think he'll be a dominant player if he can stay healthy. Also, to your point, the kid at Alabama is really good too. So, and he doesn't have any injuries that I know of.
I think, as I said, I think the Atlanta Falcons are the only team that will take a defensive player in the top 10. And I think for them, they probably just go with the surefire. Dallas Turner, no health issues, SEC defensive player of the year, that kind of guy. Just a surefire guy, likely to be good in the NFL. Do you really take a shot? Now, the thing is, if Latu is what we think he is, he could be the next TJ Watt, right? So I think that's kind of your thought. At 5 here, I'm going to put it on record. I've hit all 4 right now, so far. I'm going to go Joe Alt here. I think they make this pick. I think they shore up that offensive line. You got to keep your quarterback healthy. That's, I think, the first thing you do here, and you go from there. And I think Joe Alt's pretty standard. He'll be a player that plays in the NFL for a long time.
I did bet, by the way, I have made a bet that there'll be no defensive players taken in the top 10. So I did make that bet. I'm trying not to announce it because I'm kind of scared as a whore in church. So it is what it is. That's what betting is. I'll be happy enough because Jeff joined us tonight, and we're going to host this thing. We got Matt McChesney joining us. We got Dr. Jesse Morse. We got Eric Weddle, Shaun King. We'll have a hell of a lineup. We got questions for all of them. They've all played in the NFL, 3 of the 4. The other one has been on NFL franchises as a team doctor. And you know Jesse Morris from the Coach AB show. So we have a great lineup for you tonight as we're running through this thing throughout the night. So get you some whiskey, get you a stick, and chill because we got a lot of things to discuss here as we watch this unfold. Surprised the pick's not in.
Yeah, just one thing. As far as Xavier Worthy's concerned, I wouldn't say I'm that high on Xavier Worthy. I like both Texas receivers. I was a big fan of Worthy when he was at Texas. I think all the receivers in the first round, even like a Xavier Legette, I think he's the guy that could go in the first round. I think this is a very good receiver group. We mentioned Brian Thomas. He's going to get drafted pretty soon. There's a lot of good receivers in this draft.
Where are you at with Amon St. Brown? He's a Compton native. I know his dad.
I think he's the best receiver in the NFL.
I think he's up there. What do you think about his contract? Now him and Tyreek have the highest deal.
It also looks like A.J. Brown just got extended.
They had to or lose him because they just got Smith, right?
3-year, $96 million.
Yeah, and because they just signed Smith, right?
They did. They're big on. I mean, he's obviously not a young player, but they've signed a lot of guys. They re-signed Landon Dickerson, the offensive lineman. They re-signed Devontae, give him an extra year. They're big on that.
Let me ask you this, as I got guys texting me all crazy, all over the place about this draft. If what I've been saying on that show, on other shows, is to be true, and a lot of people in the NFL right now that I know are texting me, coaching buddies of mine, that one of them with the Rams. If it's true and the Chargers truly do treat this as the first pick overall because they have Herbert, they don't need a Q. Yes, they need a wideout. Cool. They just lost one, but I'm sure there's a lot in there. If you're the true number one, don't the number one pick that doesn't need a quarterback take the best available? Isn't that how it usually works? So who is the best available player in the draft?
But see, this is where this becomes questionable. It's about who their best available is, because who decides who the best available is? Who decides that Joe Alt's not a better available player than, I don't know, Malik Neighbors, right?
It depends on need. It depends on need.
Right. And they're looking at who, and again, it's always best available. And to them, Joe Alt might be their number one guy, you know? So
I agree with Shaun, though. Like, is Joe Alt putting you in the Super Bowl next year?
No, but again, in something that one thing about the Eagles that I've noticed as a fan is you win in the trenches in the NFL. It's that simple. If you have a good offensive and defensive line, you're generally going to compete, right? You're going to have a good season. You're likely going to go to the playoffs. Generally, teams that collapse and fall apart is because they don't have good offensive lines. And you have a good young quarterback, you've got to protect him. Rashawn Slater, guys like Joe Alt, that's a nice start in helping your football team. So.
Let me ask you this, though. they're not one guy away. So why not trade back and get you some assets and build this team? Because Harbaugh's not trying to win the Super Bowl next year. He's trying to stay in the NFL for 10 more years in his career. He's trying to make this a powerhouse. So he has full autonomy. He's not pressured to win this thing, this year. So, Chargers pick is in, right?
Yes. I mean, they have 1 second-round pick, 1 third, 2 fourths, a fifth, a sixth, and 2 sevenths. So they only have 2 picks in the first 2 rounds.
Right. So that's why I'm saying I would trade back.
Wow, Brock Bowers, unbelievable.
Did they?
I'll cash under 11.5.
I called it.
Beautiful.
I called it. What I said
Well,
on the show. Here's why I said it. I don't know. We'll probably clip this later, but I said it on the show for this reason. If you watch what he's done in his years, all right? If you watch what he's done building teams, he builds from inside out. If you give Joe Herbert, because you lost wideouts, Jeff, you can't get 2 wideouts in 1 pick. What you can get, though, is a safety blanket that's a generational talent to a quarterback that has lacked a good tight end. Gerald Everett and all these guys are not the guys that he's had. So to get this guy is completely –
Wait, hold on a second.
It's Jim Harbaugh.
Wait, fuck these fucking chat people. Never mind, it's Joe Alt. My apologies. These fucking chat people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looked like Brock Bowers. I was right, Joe Alt.
You were right. Now raise your hand. Jeff, you fucking with me. I thought you knew. I was like, am I late or what? I just updated my TV, so I'm up today.
All right. Well, there you go, chat. Fuck you guys. So I won't be reading them again. I won't actually read one more chat. Actually, fucking.
Hey, you
gotta be a real
called
loser.
that, Jeff. You called that today on the show, Jeff. Congratulations. You're 5 for 5.
5 for 5. Let's go.
You're 5 for 5, and you called out and reiterate why you said Joe Alt.
Because I think, again, it all comes down to what your coach wants. And I think they are aware that you're going to win through the trenches. And Joe Alt is a strong player, a guy who can play in the NFL for a decade. And I think I saw that they had rated him very high. I think they're going to run the football, as Shaun King talked about. This also will cash over 5.5 J.J. McCarthy, which I bet. If J.J. McCarthy, coach, goes at 7, and let's say it's Minnesota that takes him, I'm going to be in like Flint. 20-1 on that.
That's what you bet that.
Yes. That he goes number 7.
I liked your take this morning on it. I don't think he's the best tackle in the draft. But I do think you're right with the pick that he's going to take. I do think the pick makes sense. But I think that the Fuaga kid is better. But the same.
We also look at what he has always had good offensive lines at Michigan. You know, you look at even recently. I mean, they lost Zach Zinter and they still won a national title. Zach Zinter was their best offensive lineman. So they always have good offensive lines. I mean, that's a big norm with them. So you would think he would do it in the NFL as well. I mean, he's a massive kid, man. Big, strong, tall kid. My God.
Bailey, is there any film on him, or is that too hard to get on a tackle? It's probably too hard. I was just going to talk about his feet. His base stays it stays 6 inches apart. You don't get overextended. Offensive tackles, Jeff, we don't want our fucking feet to get outside our shoulders, because once we do, we call it an overset. Once we get our feet too wide, now we whiff, we lunge, our eyes drop. We get too we got to keep our feet under our shoulders, and you got to have great feet. A 6'8" long guy that's 321, 320, he'll probably get to 315 and slim up. Harbaugh will probably get him down a little bit. I wouldn't be shocked.
I'll tell you, he reminds me a little bit of former Notre Dame tackle Mike McGlinchey, a little bigger, a little taller. This kid's 6'9", very corn-fed, right? good Midwest kid, Minnesota kid, Notre Dame kid. I love it.
Yeah, he and remember, you have a big quarterback.
Yes.
So
right.
You don't have Caleb Williams back there at 6'1" or 6 foot. You have a big, long kid. Watch his feet stay under his shoulders, Jeff. His feet never extend past his shoulders. You want to keep them in tight. As a big, long kid, when you're kick stepping, look at his feet.
Yep.
He never gets overextended. So that's the guy you want at tackle. And you'll see, we're going to watch Fuega. We're going to watch a few other guys. And Nick Saban's breaking it down. And listen, you can't question Harbaugh. But I did know that there was no way him getting rid of Herbert.
Right. Malik Neighbors next would be perfect. I have that plus 175. Let's go, baby. Come on, Malik.
Who's next? Giants?
New York Giants.
So does Dable take a wide out? They haven't traded. They didn't go up. So obviously I would say quarterback's off the table. I would say they're sticking with Danny Dimes another year because of the payout.
I think it's got to be Neighbors. If they're not going to go after a quarterback, I think it's Neighbors.
Or Bowers.
Yep.
I like Bowers for Danny Dimes.
Let me ask you. I'm interested in this. So you take Joe Alt, who's a left tackle. Rashawn Slater's a left tackle as well. Does Alt switch over to right tackle?
He could, because he had Alt in the NFL, to me, is a right tackle.
Okay.
I don't know if he's sleep-footed enough.
So there you go. All of a sudden, you're bookending left and right tackles. Those are two really good left and right tackles there. So.
They took Neighbors.
Beautiful.
Okay, as we find the film on this, let me ask you.
6 for 6, bro.
Hey, Jeff is on fire. I don't know if anyone else is 6 for 6 in the country. Let me ask you this, Jeff. Let's fast forward here to number 9. Because Chicago's second pick at number 9, Neighbors is now off the board. Is it going to be the receiver from Washington?
Well, and you're talking about what position? What team?
Bears, a 9.
Yeah, listen, I'd give a strong thought at Roma Duzier here at 8. I would also look into Brock Bowers. I think 7 is interesting because I think Minnesota is going to trade up. I really do. But I think Roma Duzier for the Bears looks really good. But I think you made a very good point with Brock Bowers. We'll see what Tennessee does here, though.
And Neighbors, again, he's not a big, overpowering body. If you watched him in his interview with Cam Newton earlier, he looks like a little boy next to Cam Newton. So we know he's not a big, overpowering guy. But he has – if you want to look at, Jeff, with these receivers, we all know the flash. Mm-hmm. How strong are his hands at point of contact? What is his catch radius? What is his radius? And how strong are his hands? When the ball hits his hands, how fast does he tuck it to catch? And how strong are his hands? Neighbors has extremely strong hands for a smaller guy. And I think that's critical as he moves into the men's league. Number one. Number two, he's very explosive off the ball. So it's going to be hard to get hands on him in the NFL, especially with a lot of catch cover two-man, a lot of quarters match coverage that you're going to see in the NFL. He's hard to get hands on. So you're going to get a free release a lot of these times, and you're going to see – I think he'll have a very good career.
I think so I'm going to try to pick every player here in this draft. If Tennessee makes this selection, which, again, they could trade. I actually predict they trade. I think if Tennessee makes the pick, I think they go for Shanu here at a Penn State, the tackle. I could see J.C. Lathan here as well. He's gotten a lot of run recently, the tackle out of Alabama. I'm going to settle on Lathan. I think they go Lathan here. I think they shore up that offensive line. They've got a young quarterback down there. The left tackle is, I think, a need for them. So I'm going to go towards a J.C. Lathan here.
Now, I want to ask something. I want to ask this fucking guy right here why. Travis Bones, why do you hate being a Chargers fan? Because you had an analytical fuckhead as your head coach the last 4 years that was the worst possible head coach you could possibly get? Or why? Because they took an offensive lineman to better their program and you didn't get a flashy, sexy pick for your fucking fantasy league? Let me know why you hate being a Charger fan. I'm curious. No bullshit. I want to know. Because the common fan out here doesn't understand what it takes to build an NFL Super Bowl winning organization. And I don't know if you knew, you need fucking linemen. You need big linemen up front, bro. So stop. Let's see.
I know. I will say, I mean, with J.C. Latham, I know that the Eagles are very high on Latham. Look, obviously they're not going to trade up this high, but I mean, he is a really good player at right tackle, can play at guard as well, played at guard at one point. Yefuaga, he's around. I think they go tackle. If it's Tennessee, I think they take some sort of offensive line.
I wouldn't be
I'll
shocked.
settle on Fashanu. That's going to be my final pick. Fashanu.
You're going with Fashanu.
At number, to the Tennessee Titans, yes. That's going to be my selection.
Listen, I get the Chargers, talking about the Chargers now that are in L.A. The fact is they've always chargered, okay? I get it. So if you're saying that they've always chargered, that's the reason, so be it. But you've never had a guy like Harbaugh who is similar to a Pete Carroll, who understands personnel, understands how to build a program. He's done it at every level. So understand, this guy understands it and knows what he's doing. He did it with fucking Kaepernick. Stop. He'll be okay with Herbert.
Agreed.
American
Patriot, a barber that is the fucking best. Why are you worried about another man's hair, fucking idiot? And again, I have no problem with someone called American Patriot not liking it. I'm guessing you're not happy because it's not a white guy haircut. You don't like it. Fuck off. Fucking clown.
No, Smitty's not coming in until later. Smitty's doing his thing, his wife. It was never a Smitty and I thing tonight, just so you know. I ask a lot of Smitty as it is. So he'll pop in and say what's up. We got all kind of shit going on tonight. You see Smitty every day. He'll be on in the morning. We'll get this show going tomorrow. We got a lot of people on the show tomorrow as well.
Am I on tomorrow? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll talk second round.
I got some second round steals.
Did they get through the first round tonight or no?
Yes, just the first round. Yeah.
So they finished the first round tonight.
Correct.
All right. So this will go into the wee hours.
This is taking a long time. Something tells me Minnesota is going to trade up. And that was my original thought. I had J.J. McCarthy going here. Now, that said, I think they're probably looking at it and saying, we can wait till 11 and take J.J. McCarthy because no one else is going to take him. Now, what worries them is, does someone else come up and usurp them and take J.J. McCarthy?
Is J.J. McCarthy the best available QB on the board right now?
For sure. At least, if you're asking me who do I think is the most talented, I agree with King. I think Michael Penix is very talented. I think he could be an option. Sure.
I agree with Shaun. Penix the most talented kid left, no question. He might be the most talented quarterback in the draft altogether.
Yeah,
but
awesome.
He's a lefty. He's a lefty. And the problem is 16 of the 32 teams eliminated him 2 years ago because they're not going to plan around a left-handed quarterback roster-wise.
And that's a shame because he's really talented. And he's a guy who, at times last year was just unbelievable. But again, look, what someone does in college, it doesn't mean anything now. But I think Penix, to just throw him away because he's a left-handed kid, if he could stay way more healthy than Tua Tagovailoa, Tua's a damn good quarterback. So
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this about J.J. McCarthy because I know Shaun King likes him a lot. He coached him in high school. I'm trying to look back at a game, a Michigan game, which I watched a lot of.
When you were wowed, right?
Huh?
When you were wowed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will tell you, and this is just my opinion.
Not only was I wowed by him, but let me ask you, what big time moment did J.J. McCarthy show you to win a game late.
And also remember, too, he was lost when Jim Harbaugh was suspended. He looked terrible. It almost was like he didn't have his blankie that he needed to sleep with, and he didn't have it. And then he comes back and he leads them to the national title. Can he play without Jim Harbaugh? That's kind of interesting to me. You're right. I was never wowed by him. Again, they're not exactly an offense that's up and down like a Penix offense was. They threw the football 60% of the time. Latham, I think it's Latham. We'll see.
Latham.
I'm thinking. There you go. We knew it was going to be a tackle if they stayed at that position. So I lose the McCarthy pick, but again, it was 20-1. It is what it is. I figured they would go lineman there. Again, I think these teams are saying to themselves, we need to shore up the trenches. We need to go after the best tackles available. Is this a little high for him? Maybe, but I think it'll make sense in the end.
My bet's still alive, Jeff.
Yeah, no. Well, this is the pick you got to worry about. Number 8. I have Dallas Turner going here. I also have him being the first defensive player, so we're going to rock with that. I'm going to go Dallas Turner here at 8 to the Atlanta Falcons. It's time they shore up the pass rush.
I need you to be wrong, Jeff. I need you to be fucking wrong.
Well, listen, this is a group that struggled to get to the pass to the quarterback. I think they were 21st in sacks per game last year. Got to be better. And look, if you have a decent pass rush, that is not a real good quarterback group down there in that division. So I think you go defense here. But hey,
get Cousins help. Get Cousins help.
Yeah, I think they have enough help for him, and I think they see that. But Dallas Turner makes a whole lot of sense. Now, you know what I've heard? I've heard a lot of people think Byron Murphy could go here. A lot of people think that. But I'm going to go Dallas Turner.
Top G, I gamble with my heart, man. I gamble with my heart. Dumbest way to do it, but that's me. I wear my heart on my sleeve, bro. I'm a horrible gambler.
Let me ask you, does Minnesota trade here? If they trade here, you're lucky because they're not going to take a defensive player.
They could.
That's what you want to hope for.
Yeah, they could. I want to see it. I want to see a fucking trade. A trade would save my life because I know it'd be an offensive guy being taken if they're trading.
I need Dallas Turner here.
I need a fucking trade bad. You know what? You know how you look at.
Well, they're making the pick. They're making the pick for sure.
Fuck.
I thought this was one of the easier picks on the board outside of the top 4. I think this is a slam dunk. And Coach, what do we know? Do you know of an Alabama player that's not succeeded in the NFL?
Let me ask you this. I was
know.
going to ask you something. You know how I know college football is struggling? Alabama's first guy out of their drafted was at 7. When do you see that? Usually you see them fucking at 1, 2,
right.
3.
Well, that's how you know the class was down. Did you see who was on the call today? Did you see Saban has got a new job?
Yeah, he's with Herb Street right here.
That's a good life right there.
Oh, man. Come on. Give me an offensive guy. Give me Brock Bowers to go along with fucking the bust tight end they've had in fucking Pitts. Take Brock Bowers and trade Pitts.
Whoa! Wow! There you go.
That's a huge pick.
Wow!
That's fucking huge.
I didn't see that coming.
I don't think Penix turned right-handed all of a sudden, Bailey.
Now I'm in a real pickle here because I have the first defensive tackle or edge taken is Dallas Turner. That's still alive, but
not in the top 10. I might win this.
No, you're going to win it. You're going to win it now.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, Chicago, I don't think takes a defensive player, and I mean, unless the Colts trade up or somebody, I don't think the Jets do either. So
that is a great pick, by the way. A lot of people don't know this pick is how good this pick is. You know why? Kirk Cousins has a fucking Achilles. If any team is left-handed, built left-handed, just by me knowing their roster, it's Atlanta. They're built left-handed.
There you go.
So, also, though, you can fucking trade Penix tomorrow. So, get that pick. I'm just going to be honest. Let me be honest here, and this is how this thing works. Friends do friends favors. This can easily be a friend's favor because, just so you're clear, the head coach for the Atlanta Falcons now is Antonio Pierce's really good friend. I would not be shocked if he stole Penix for AP. Now, he's not going to be an idiot and not get anything back, but AP's going to have to give him a lot. But at the same time, it is a rub my back type of league for certain people. And I would not be shocked if they took him for that reason. So if that happens, you heard it here first.
Yeah, you got to wonder if this is a pick for another team. You know, we'll see. But I'm going to go to the Bears. I'm going to go Adunze. I mean, I think I thought he had a great season. At times looked like one of the best receivers in the country. I was a big fan of his.
Hey, look, like I said, I did not see Atlanta taking a defensive player. And I think that Michael Penix was the best available for that franchise at this moment. Whether they keep him or not, it's still the best available to take because he's now an asset. Mm-hmm. He might be 2 or 3 assets.
Yeah.
So that is a great pick for Atlanta. It's probably the shock of the draft so far. And It's probably I bet you no one picked that one.
No, I don't think anybody thought Penix would be out before, let's say, the Raiders. I mean, what's the chances he's on the Falcons to start the season? It's got to be none, right?
Unless that Achilles ain't healed.
No, but he's traded. I mean, he's going somewhere else.
Penix?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. It's a good buffer to have for a guy that's older who just had an Achilles.
Hey, let me ask you, out of 36 Hall of Fame quarterbacks, how many are left-handed?
Steve Young, Ken Stabler, and
that's it.
That's it, right?
Yeah, according to GOAT highlights.
Yeah. Now, let me break down left-handed quarterbacks. Ken Stabler, Steve Young, Mark Brunell was a really good lefty. Boomer Esiason was a really good lefty. Michael Vick, of course, stands out. But other than that, as far as lefties,
Boomer Esiason.
Yeah, I like Boomer. That's the thing. Those are the guys that stick out to me. Other than that, you're not going to put fucking Tebow in there. You're not going to put fucking Cade McNown. Yeah, he played, 6 months? I mean, this is the thing. Like
Jim Zorn.
Lefties are hard, Jeff. Lefties are hard to coach. They're hard to play. They're hard to build around. It's just a different deal. And he's not Michael Vick. Michael Vick being a left-handed quarterback, he was an anomaly. He could fucking do whatever he wanted because it didn't matter if he was left-handed. He was going to fucking run right by everybody no matter what side of the field it was. So Steve Young did the same thing early in his career as a lefty. So Penix is more of a pocket guy, but Shaun King said, very athletic.
Yeah, as far as the next pick, I would go Rome Odunze, 2 straight Washington players. 6'3", 212, your prototypical outside receiver. We know they have a good slot already. You add him, you already have some real weapons there for Caleb Williams.
Look at that girl looking at Penix like she's eyeing him up and down like, boy, I got money.
Uncle Jay says he's watching Pat McAfee with Bill Belichick. Yeah, sorry, man. We don't compare to those. Sorry, bro.
No, we don't compare to those.
Even though I'm not going to say anything. But boom, there's another winner for Nadu. Boom, boom, boom.
Hey, that's the pick I said. Makes sense.
Coach, you're going to win that bet.
Who's 10?
I said it would be Bowers. Brock Bowers at 10. I mean, did they really take a defensive player?
No.
I think.
By the way,
or...
hey, the fuck stick that was talking. No, you're not. You're in this show right now. So I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, that was interesting, dude. You were here, but you were watching another show. Yeah.
Guess what? Pat McAfee's not going to call you out and talk to you. I am.
Correct.
Dumb fuck.
I think Brock Bowers makes a lot of sense here.
Dr. Jesse Morse will be joining us later on, and he's going to talk about the Penix thing. Let me ask you this: Do you think Atlanta took Penix for the simple fact that he is an athlete, and it gives you another style, so they can actually build another style, kind of a wildcat system with him, and have another style that comes in and deals with, and you got to deal with.
I go Bowers here.
What's the breaking news, Bailey? Was that it?
Vikings trade up. There's JJ. So it's not going to be a defensive player, so you win. So wait, Coach. I have Brock Bowers under 11.5. If they pick at 11, the Jets, I think, take him there. So this is going to be JJ here.
Did the Jets just swap one trade?
Yeah, this is weird. Why trade up to 11? They're not. Are the Jets really going to take a quarterback? No. Why give up assets to move up one pick?
You mean move back?
Yeah, no. Like, why did Minnesota do this trade? Why not just wait? Jets ain't going to take a quarterback.
Well, Shaun King thought the Jets should take a quarterback.
Yeah, I guess with Aaron, obviously he's older, sure. But yeah, this is going to be J.J. McCarthy.
I'd shit on myself if they fucking take a goddamn pass rusher.
They're not trading up to take a pass rusher.
God damn it. I've had some bad luck with this thing, Jeff. The motherfucker call out, I want to see a goddamn pass rusher. I'm going to be fucking shot.
Yeah, Troy, let me ask you, or Tori, whatever your name is. So wait, what do you think? They just went with the better? We don't know. Maybe you're right. I don't know. Coach, how sick would you be if it was Dallas Turner here?
Is that real Dallas Turner? No fucking, don't tell me that.
No, I'm saying, how would you feel if it was?
I'm going to shit. I'm going to get off this fucking show.
I mean, who do they have on their defensive line?
Listen, I've heard stories that they're sold on Sam Darnold starting for the year. If that's the case, but he's on a one-year deal, though, Jeff, you still got to get a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
But is J.J. McCarthy your franchise quarterback? You know what I'm saying? Like, that worries me, Jeff, right now. Because Minnesota's not far away from being in the mix, right? In a bad North. You got Green Bay now who's on the rise. Chicago's still going to be shitty. And like that, the North, the division is
I guess we'll see in a matter of moments, won't we?
Will this be 5 quarterbacks in the top 10?
It would be, yeah. There's never been more than 3. I go JJ here. Boom. You win.
We are the champions.
JJ to JJ.
We are the champions. We are the champions. Yeah.
Nice call.
$5,800.
Me and JB are cooking, bro.
Huh?
Me and JB are cooking with picks, man.
Chicken. All right, what is it? Chicken winner, chicken dinner.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Good call.
Now I can get the studio. You're welcome, Smitty. Fucker.
Now, here would be, you know what would really be nice here, Coach? If Mr. Bowers went number 11, so I cash under 11.5. I need the Jets to take him here at 11. Come on.
That's the 5 worst first-round quarterbacks to ever go in a draft in the top 10 if I've ever seen in my fucking life. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Somebody block up Bobby tracksuits.
Huh?
Someone block Bobby.
Who the fuck is that?
Fucking idiot.
You know what pisses me off? I should have went fucking plus 600 on FanDuel. I should have dropped two. I should have dropped 2 dimes and fucking bet both, huh?
You always think you should bet more, right? Just take your profit, bro.
Let me ask you something.
I need Bowers here. I'm waiting for you to ask me.
Is the NFL that fucking desperate for this many mediocre quarterbacks? Have you ever heard of it?
I think at this point, these teams are just grasping. There's just so many weak quarterbacks, and they're just thinking he's got to be better than Jaron Hall or Sam Darnold or I don't know. This is why I have to really wonder long term, will the NFL have enough quarterbacks at some point? Like, the talent continues to get worse and worse.
It's fucking bad, man.
All right, so let me ask you. Let's say you have to put that money you just won on one of the quarterbacks selected to be a Pro Bowler. Who are you picking? You could pick any of the 5 selected.
Can I bet none?
You have to pick one. Penance, right?
Based on the team, Jayden Daniels.
Yeah, his ability. Pro Bowl.
Jayden Daniels.
Jayden Daniels? Okay.
Penix probably won't play.
Yeah, I would say either Daniels or Drake Maye probably.
I don't think so. Drake Maye doesn't have enough talent around him.
He is the best. Outside of Terry McLaurin's pretty damn good.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say Drake Maye don't have talent around him.
He's got Jayden Daniels is never mind. Why do I keep thinking he's with the fucking Commanders? My apologies.
Shout out Patrick. Much love to you.
Patrick's the guy earlier that was telling us we need to announce the picks.
Was he?
Yeah.
No, that was another guy.
Thank you, Patrick.
Patrick, much love to you. Man, let me ask you. I can actually see more. I don't see a defensive player. Who's next on the? Can you pull up the board, Daly? I want to make another bet right now.
Well, I don't think you can. Bet Online pulled their props once it starts. Let me ask you something. No, I'm just saying.
So. Go ahead.
The Jets are about to pick here. One of their draft, one of their picks, they have at corner. We know who their one corner is, right?
Jeff.
Yeah.
I don't see a fucking defensive player being picked until.
No, listen. Hear me out. What I'm going to say. Okay, they have a corner in Sauce Gardner, right? Do you know who the other corner is?
With the Jets?
Correct.
No, he's pretty good.
Okay, do you consider we have Sauce Gardner on one side, we put Terran Arnold on the other?
Yeah, but you have a great cohesive defense already. Do you is that guy ready to just?
But you have 2 lockdown corners.
But is he another Sauce Gardner? How do we know?
Yeah. Listen, I've said before, I'm just looking at other opportunities. I'm going to say they take Bowers here. But I wouldn't be surprised if they go Terry and Arnold. I really wouldn't.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is in there right now calling this. He wants another pass-catching tight end, and he hasn't had one in years. And B-ball lover, hey, man, we got it. I won. I appreciate you. But you don't got to spam the chat with the same fucking thing. Stop being a fucking shitbird. Here's the all-inclusive woke-ass shit. Now we got to see all this crazy, weird shit the NFL promotes.
What is this?
Who knows? Some fucking weird.
Well, hold on. The kid might have like cancer or something.
I don't see Bowers not going here. Do you?
No, I've said before, I thought this was a very straightforward pick. I think that this would be a great selection for the Jets. I think he makes them win, gives them a better opportunity to win, gives Aaron Rodgers another weapon. Great young tight end. By the way, what's wrong with this kid?
I don't know.
He's got to have like some sort of condition or something.
Wow.
I didn't see that coming.
Wow. Now
I didn't see that coming at all.
Well, hey, Shaun King called that. Shaun King called that. We talked about it this morning. We wouldn't be surprised if they took a tackle only for the reason that you signed two in the offseason, but they're older guys.
Right.
But I am shocked. I am shocked that because Shaun King also said the Jets have to win now.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Bowers wins now. I don't know if this helps him win now.
Look, that's a surprise to me. Again, I would have went Bowers. Bowers looks like he's dropping a little bit here.
Wonder if the injury was an issue.
Yeah. So now we have who? We have a few. I mean, some of the offensive linemen left. I mean, you got Demarius Mims, Fuaga. Those are your two top ones left. So what does Denver do here? Do they go Bo Nix? I mean, do they trade back? I thought the Eagles could maybe trade up here to 12.
By the way, shout out to Pat and the boys over there. They got 330,000 people watching them live. He's become an icon in that space. He's got Belichick and everybody over there. I'm watching it over. I pulled it up on my other TV. Luckily, I got 12 TVs, Jeff. But he's in a fucking jean jacket and jeans. He kind of does it his way. Got a shout out to him. What about Bo Nix here?
I mean, that's who I would take, but I feel like you could trade back and get Bo Nix,
Fuck. What about – does Denver make a move here?
Again, I thought they would. I thought the Eagles could be a trade partner here. And they trade back and still get Bo Nix.
Damn, I don't know if see again, man, Nix is not a franchise quarterback. He's just not. He is not a franchise quarterback. But Jeff, let's talk about the first defensive player taken. Where do you see him?
Yeah, again, I think it's going to be a
15.
trade.
I should have bet the first 15.
I think a team comes up and says, I want Mitchell or I want, Dallas Turner. This draft that we have so far, I mean, I don't know, does it work? I don't know. That's my question. I don't know. I would say 15 or 16 around there, I would think.
Seahawks, maybe the first defensive team.
Patricia Torres, I blocked you last night. Stop going in chats and saying shit like that, you fucking idiot. Fucking moron. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
God damn.
Christ almighty.
Some weirdos out here, I'll tell you. How's
We
Sam
are
Howell?
ahead, though. Bailey, how are you getting these picks ahead of people?
They're probably ahead. He's probably ahead on the internet's probably ahead of the TVs. What do you mean Fatuano's still there?
No, he just got picked.
So have the Jets picked?
Yeah, it took Fashanu.
So why am I so behind?
Because he's getting them before.
So is this pick right now?
Yeah. I know where he's getting them.
Twitter?
Albert Breer's posting them way before everybody else.
Who is?
Albert Breer.
Who's that?
NFL Network guy.
Yeah.
This is where it gets fun.
TJ. Yeah, TJ, he did say that. TJ did say that.
Broncos made their pick. I know who they took.
Really?
Bo Nix.
Really?
We haven't seen any trades other than that one. What a mid quarterback he is, too. Bo Nix. Christ.
I don't understand. Sean Payton's been high on him for quite a while, so I'm not going to question Sean Payton.
Right.
I'm not going to question him. He saw something in him. I don't see it, but we'll see.
A lot of mid-ass quarterbacks here, bro.
Are we behind on the TVs? Is that what it is?
So Shaunu's got a beautiful white girl. I see you, bro. Oh, man. She's the only white girl there.
Are we behind on everything or no?
Look at ESPN, Coach. She's the one white girl there.
I'm on a commercial, so everyone's off.
I'm on ESPN. They're showing Fashanu. He's got his whole family and then his girl.
So I'm on YouTube TV, so I went to I updated my live, and now it's kind of more closer now.
Yeah, we're getting these picks out way before everybody else. Twitter's ahead. TV's way behind. TV's like a pick behind.
I'm on a commercial right now. Are you?
Yeah.
Hey, the great draft of '83.
That's insane.
That was a great draft, though.
There's not going to be any more, though. I wouldn't think.
That was a great draft, Jeff. This is not that fucking draft. Let me tell you right now. I'll bet my house on it.
I wasn't even born, so I wouldn't know.
Well, that's Elway and them.
There you go.
Marino. Fucking think about that draft.
Yeah, I mean, there's no quarterbacks like that. Who's the next great quarterback? Sam Hartman?
Hartman. You got Hartman. You got the kid out of Tennessee.
Where's the Colorado players? Are there any top 5 round picks in this draft? Any Colorado players?
Fuck no, not yet.
It's funny. I thought they were like the next great thing in college football. Where are all the NFL players?
That ain't.
Hey, Matt, where's all the NFL players from Colorado, bro?
Matt's going to join us here. Matt's been on the Matt's kind of changed his tone back to what he used to say about him.
Yeah, I was listening to a show the other day, and he was talking about, I'm so fucking sick of these fanboys that are so scared to call out the team and the coaching staff. And I'm thinking, like, wait, when did you do that? When did you become that, not that guy?
Well, Matt used to do that, and now the last 2 days he's done it again on my show.
Yeah, what I thought he was like Mr. Colorado.
Well, he's there. He's an alum, Jeff. That's the difference. He's an alum, so he's always going to be there. I would be the same way.
Right, but I used to remember he was like critical, and then like Dion came in, and now he's like everything Dion does is the best.
Well, here let me give you perspective. So, when I played and I had a team, and then I always was optimistic about my team, my school, my alma mater. I always had to think, okay, this is going to happen in a positive way. And then when you start to enough shit piles up, you eventually are going to say, hey, fuck it, I'm against it. So I mean, that's how I kind of see it.
But then again, I understand, like, you want the access to the team and shit. I get that.
Yeah, you know this game. You know this game. You just mentioned it the other day.
But here's the thing. In the mob world, like in the world that I'm in, I'm not good at it. I put up facts. I don't care if it bothers you or not, right? I don't have any friends in that genre. So I don't work that way. You know, so I get why he's doing it though. You know, this is a team, you know.
Yeah, plus he doesn't want to be locked out the doors. There's been a lot of alumni that have gone against them and then been locked out. And then guess what? Dion's not going to be there long. He's not going to be the coach for long. So who's the next coach that may bring Matt in? Think about it.
Yeah, I think Max, the Seahawks trade. I do. They usually do as well. I mean, they're a norm to trade back. So I think the Eagles could trade to that position as well. Hey, American Hustle, when I want your fucking opinion, I'll ask for it. You've been trolling me all night, motherfucker.
I'm drinking tequila, by the way, everybody that was asking. I'm drinking some tequila, Sincoro, Anejo.
Nice.
Knicks are up.
They're up.
Yeah, in Philly.
Fucking clowns, man. They're going to really get swept by the fucking Knicks. Unbelievable.
Yeah, they're up. Oh, no, Philly's up now by 9. Philly just went on a huge run, 22-3 run. They're up 9. They're up 8.
Oh shit. Philly's up by 8.
Philly's up 8. Brunson has 30 though.
Broncos pick is in. We know they're going to take Bo next.
Shout out Leah on X. I know she's a Philly girl, true and true. And
shout out Leah.
She's a 76er fan. Leah is a real one. Beautiful, Leah.
I got a trivia question for you, Coach. Who is the last Michigan skill player to be selected in the first round of the NFL draft before McCarthy?
Say it again.
Who was the last offensive player to be selected from Michigan in the first round? Don't look at the chat, dude.
No, I'm not. I don't even have the chat up right now. I want to think about this.
It's a long time ago.
First round.
Skill player.
Michigan skill player.
And if you don't know, I'll tell you.
Desmond?
Braylon Edwards. 2005.
Damn. Probably a Monty Toomer before that.
No, it was Tom Brady probably.
No, Brady wasn't first round.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what am I saying? I'm so confused right now. He was 6th round. Fuck am I talking about?
You don't drink during the week. That's why.
Yeah, I feel like I am. It's been a long day.
You feel old?
No, I just have had a long day. A lot of bullshit.
Hey, I ran stairs today in my backyard, and I thought I could run 10 stairs. I've always been able to run forever. I could run
10
forever.
floors, you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean by stairs?
Here we go. Who is it? Raiders pick who?
Brock Bowers. There it is. Little late. I needed under 11.5. Motherfuckers.
That's a good gift for the Raiders. So that means they're keeping Jayden.
Aiden O'Connell's really their quarterback. That's insane.
Hey, I like Aiden. I've been saying it. I said it last year. But, I mean, what do they do? Who else? What can they do to get a quarterback right now? It's over, right?
Correct.
Even in the league right now, there's no trade to even happen. So the Raiders are staying with the QBs they have. I'm not mad at it, to be honest. Don't they have the other good tight end too? What's his name?
No, they don't have. No.
Don't they have Mayer?
Matthew Mayer, Michael Mayer, the kid from Notre Dame.
He's good, bro.
Well, listen, Bowers is better.
They got two fucking good tight ends. I can see Antonio Pierce putting his foot stamp on this thing right here. I'm going to play defense. I'm going to run the football. I'm going to get a double tight end sets. I'm going to use Aiden O'Connell, and I'm not going to overextend his experience. I'm going to be smart with him. I like it. I actually like it. He's going to take a page out of Jim Harbaugh's book. The Raiders are going to be a better team this year. I'm telling you right now. When do the Lions pick?
They're like in the 20s.
Are they in first round though?
Yeah.
You know what two tight ends does, Jeff? Opens up Devontae Adams and fucking singles him up on corners. You got double tight end sets. That's going to dictate the safety rotation. I know where I'm going with the football. I know Devontae Adams is one-on-one now more often than not in double tight end sets. It's too hard to double. Are you going to double Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer or Devontae Adams? It's a very smart pick. I'm just telling you right now, I like the pick by Antonio Pierce here.
Yeah, they're going to have a good offense for sure. Defense is getting a little bit better as well. I mean, these teams do 12 personnel a lot,
Yeah, I mean, now where are we at? Saints? Who's next?
Yeah.
The Saints pick Adam Horvath, or who asked that? Who asked what do I think about the Falcons? Trey Moon. I like the pick for Penix. I think now we know that it wasn't a trade up for AP, though, in the Raiders, so they may be keeping Penix. Unless there's something comes open here that they need to get rid of. Do the Raiders have 2 picks?
Not in the first round, no.
Exactly, TJ. Exactly, TJ. That's my point. You run double tight end, you single up Devontae. He's a LaFleur guy. Getsy. Makes a lot of sense. I like it.
I think Saints go either Dallas Turner or go offensive tackle with Fuaga.
What are the Cowboys going to do?
They got to go offensive line. They got to hope that Mims is there, someone like that.
Nah, you don't start Minshew over Aiden O'Connell. Not in my opinion. Aiden O'Connell got his feet wet. He got his feet wet last year. I think Minshew's a better backup. No pressure on him. I like Aiden O'Connell in this offense. Aiden O'Connell has a much bigger arm, much livelier arm, bigger skill set, bigger upside. I'm just telling you, man. Good friend of mine coached him at Purdue. He's good.
Yeah, by the way,
Smitty's in the show. Smitty's in the pot. Smitty just popped in, said Colts going corner. I could see that.
Plenty of those left.
I could see that.
I think Dallas goes Guyton or Mims. I think they prefer Mims, but he might not be there, so they'll go Guyton.
Where do you see this Tennessee kid going? I heard that he's going to play tight end.
Tennessee kid.
The quarterback, Milton.
Oh, Joe Milton. Yeah, he's changing positions. Maybe the Raiders get a quarterback later.
Who's there?
Hartman, maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, there ain't nobody that's ready to start for them. They got their quarterbacks. There's nobody in the world right now unless you go get Tom Brady.
Yeah, right.
like who else is out there? Phillies in the fourth quarter up 13. Fourth quarter just started. The 76ers are up 13. Lakers are about to start in 20 minutes. Philadelphia's got 22, right?
Yeah. I still think they're going to trade up, though.
You think they'll trade up?
Look at Matthew Evans' comment. Put that on the screen. That's pretty funny. Any Colorado portal guys getting drafted tonight? LOL.
Can you pull up the deal, Bailey, the draft order again? So where would they go to?
Colts are up now. I think they probably go Terry and Arnold.
Who'd the Saints take?
Oh wait, I thought they picked. I'm so confused. They didn't pick yet. You're right. I think they go either Fuaga or Dallas Turner. That's what I think.
The fuck is this?
Let's go Fuaga here. Fuaga, the big kid out of Oregon State. Do 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 do.
At least I won something. Fuck it. Jeff, you won. You've won something, right, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm up a little bit. I still got a couple pending.
Let me go restock my drink real quick. Jeff, you need a piss or anything?
I can wait.
All right. I'll be right back.
So what's up, everybody? What's going on tonight? How we doing? Are we enjoying the NFL draft? We're essentially almost halfway through. A couple of surprises so far, but I've been enjoying what we're doing so far. Smitty says, send me half of y'all earnings. Motherfucker, you ain't here, so you ain't getting shit. You miss school, you miss out, bro. Have I ate something? I already ate. I only eat once a day. My pick is in. Who is it? Is it Fuaga? Boom! I called that one. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I've already eaten today. I only eat once a day. I fast for the next 24 hours, my friend. And I had a damn good dinner, so I am feeling good. Tomorrow night I'll go out. Saturday, we'll have a good weekend. I wouldn't say I'm super up. I would have been super up today. I had a horrific beat in a horse race. I had a pick 6. I had 5 out of 6. The one I lost at the fucking wire by a fucking head bob. Fucking brutal. I would have won $5,500 on a $90 wager. I ended up making $91. I actually lost $5. It sucked. How many shots have you had?
No, I'm just drinking it straight on a ball of ice. Too good to mix.
What's up, Paco? What's going on?
When you get older, you just drink straight shit now.
Oh, I drink straight tequila. Absolutely. I don't even use ice.
You're drinking neat. You're drinking neat,
yes.
Huh?
Lou, yes. Lou is Keynan, yeah. Sickening. Yes, I drink it straight.
So tomorrow it's all Stella?
Nah, so what I'll do is I'll drink a couple of Stellas, then I'll grab a shot, then I'll have some more Stellas, grab another shot. I mix some drinks in. If I told you a drink I really love, you'd think I'm a Caleb Williams, but
Martini?
There's a girl I see out. She's a friend of mine. She introduced me to this drink. Bro, it's fucking incredible. But it's a very girly drink.
Martini?
No, it's something called a pink starburst. Fire. Bro, it tastes like a pink starburst, bro.
Smitty says that shit all the time. He's like, man, fuck all that hardened. If it don't taste good, I don't drink it, blah, blah, blah.
Bro, pink starburst is insane, dude. It's like drinking a starburst liquid form.
Yeah, that's just a little bit.
It's insane.
A little bit Caleb Williams for me.
You know, green tea shots, I'll take whatever.
Where's my guy at Oregon State going, man? Uso. He's the best tackle in the draft.
I also couldn't give a shit if people care. I love it.
Yeah, that's what matters. Who gives a fuck?
Let's do it, Smitty. Stop bitching. Let's do it.
Are the Colts taking Fuaga?
They did. Saints did.
Oh, the Saints took him.
Yeah. I called that one.
That's big. Nice.
I'm just saying what makes it a girl drink? It's good. What do I care? I don't care if it is. If piss was good, I would drink it. I don't care.
The best whiskey I've had outside of my own. Probably I want to say shit, man. I've had some good whiskey. High West, maybe. Probably a bourbon. A top end High West. Shout out to High West. I know the owner right out of Park City, Utah. High West makes a very good bourbon, by the way.
Hey, look at this. Gorgon's back. What's up, Gorgon?
Woodford Reserve is similar to Maker's Mark and Angel's Envy and all those. Buffalo Trace, they're all the same. Too much fuel on it. They make it with. So, obviously I know about this business. I have a whiskey line. Here's how it works, Jeff. And I don't know if you knew this. Very interesting how it works. There's basically 2 distributors in the world that distribute whiskey for all the whiskeys in the world that you see on the shelves.
Right.
They're the big money people. Those are the billionaires that have cornered the market. They own all the barrels. What happens is Maker's Mark goes in there, and then they'll buy, a huge lot of barrels from this guy and says, this is the batch we want. We'll give you this money. This is Maker's Mark now. But it's all from the same fucking distillery that makes Angel's Envy, Buffalo Trace, High West. They're all the same. You get the whiskey you like. You give them the formula. They make you a formula. I like it, but it's all out of the base whiskey of 2 distributors.
So they're all
2 distillers. There's 2 distillers in the world that really run the world. And then you take your whiskey from that and you come up with a formula, recipe that you like, and then you give them it. And then they make your whiskey. So it's really crazy how it works. I found
what I got to get you some of? Some Rocky. It's Albanian. Rocky. It's Albanian alcohol.
Really?
95%.
Really?
It's like nitroglycerin, bro.
Yeah.
That's some shit that Gorgon knows about that, I'm sure.
Yeah, bourbon and whiskey is a little different. And then there's also 2 different whiskeys. There's American whiskey. So you spell whiskey 2 ways. E-Y and then Y with no E. One's a Japanese whiskey. One is a American Euro whiskey. So
Colts are up. Does they go corner? Terry and Arnold? Latu, maybe? Wow. Smitty was dead on the money with a corner there.
They took another O tackle?
Nah, D tackle. Your boy Latu.
Oh, that's big.
Could be the best defensive player in the draft. The medicals check out. Smitty. Great call, my man.
So wait, the kid from Alabama hasn't been taken?
Dallas Turner, no. So I just lost.
Very interesting draft so far. This is the most interesting draft I've seen in a while.
I thought Dallas Turner would have been selected. Crazy. Now I have to wonder if the Eagles are going to trade up to try to get Dallas Turner.
What does that tell you about the Bama team?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, we haven't seen any other than Lathan.
Wonder what Saban has told GMs, because Saban's word is gold in the NFL. They all go to Saban and ask him what's going on, and I'm sure they've talked to him.
Do you know? They asked him today who's the most NFL ready player. You know who he said?
Oh,
Brock Bowers. He didn't pick an Alabama player.
Yeah.
So I mean, that kind of tells you how much he thinks of the team. Whoa, ready? Is this a trade? Oh, there he is.
What's up, Jeff?
What's up, Matt?
How are you, bud?
I'm doing good. You?
Good, man. 6 quarterbacks and 12 picks. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
how fucking shitty are quarterback play?
It's bad, bro. Like, I mean, it's got to be bad, right? They're desperate.
Have you ever seen this?
No, it's never happened before. I mean, that's crazy. That's you got to get in where you fit in here. You've got to get one, but if you need one that bad, why aren't all these teams like trying to trade up to jockey to get the best one? Why are they just settling for the one?
That's what Jeff said earlier. I'm kind of figuring out. First of all, Jeff's narrating this thing. Matt, I got a question for you though, because the Weddle's going to come on after you. That a guy that was drafted, and you and I was undrafted, but we got a shot. You played 7 years in this league, a 1%er. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Explain to the people out here what it's like being undrafted and then going as a unrestricted free agent or getting drafted on that Monday after Sunday's draft ends.
I mean, it's a rough road, but it's
explain the phone call. Explain the phone call. Explain the whole process after the draft.
Yeah. So look, the phone call is simple. You know, your agent prepares you for this if he's good. You're going to have a chance to go late or be on priority free agent. Sometimes being a free agent's better than being drafted 6th and 7th round, because a lot of the times those picks are being made based on the evaluation of scouts, maybe by the assistant general manager, something like that. So you can get numbers like build up where you don't really have a chance to make the team, whereas you can pick where you want to go as a free agent. But still, everybody wants to be drafted. I mean, let's not lie. The phone call is humbling. You know, I watched 27 guys get drafted in front of me, and then in the middle of my career, I got to move to offense and play against a bunch of them. So it's extra motivation there. But, the draft is special, and getting an opportunity is really, in the long run, all that's really important. You got to remember that, I don't know, half of the guys that go in the first round tonight are going to bust and not be very good. So, and there's a ton of expectation on these kids, and you can get equally as good of players, maybe not as good as athletes that don't run as fast, but as good of players, if not better players, later in the draft, especially when you're talking about position players. Quarterback, that's a different story. But with position players, you can find them everywhere. I mean, if your scouting team is good, you're going to have a real chance.
Jeff had a question for me earlier, and I want to throw it at you. How many guys in this first round do you really think are really, truly first-round guys? I said 10. That actually in 5 years from now, we're going to say, yeah, they were worth a first-round bill. Like, do you see that number?
10's fair. 10's fair. A lot of them are receivers. I'm not trying to discount receiver, but it's hard to screw that up these days. It's just hard to screw up a really good receiver. Like, if he can find holes and run open in college, he's probably going to be able to find significant holes and run open in the NFL. The rules are catered to the receivers being successful. So,
by the way, Matt, I can give you $20 now. Actually, a $100 bet we have, because I'm sure the Lakers will lose. I won my bet tonight. No defensive players picked in the first 10. I bet 1,000. Wow. I bet 1,000. I won 5,800.
Wow, bro, that's crazy. Like, not who's the first defensive player taken? Was it Turner?
It was just Latu.
No, Latu just went to the Colts.
The first one?
Yeah, dude, 16.
What was he at 16? Huh? That's crazy, man. That's
15.
nuts.
Is it
Yeah,
15?
look, a lot of offensive linemen off the board, a lot of quarterbacks, obviously, and a lot of receivers, and it shows you, you know, if you're a kid and you're trying to play positions, look at what's getting drafted. I mean,
hey, hey, Matt, break down Latu for us. Break down Latu for us.
Look, this kid is super explosive. He's had some injury problems, but he's over it. He does a great job with his hands. He attacks vertically to get inside. You can line him up everywhere, like you're seeing here with the SC film. He did that against Colorado too. It gave him hell. It's called the radar look, where he's lining up on guards, and he's really active and really strong and has a great motor. He never stops. So as long as this kid can stay healthy, you know, he's going to a place where he's going to be able to definitely get after it and have an opportunity to go play immediately. They need that help. So, you know, it's a good pick. But at the same time, so much of this is going to be, you know, determined on health, development. He's playing against college kids here. He's playing against men in the NFL. You know, it's going to be a different deal, but he's a hell of a player.
Yeah, I like him a lot. His uncle of his coached for me at Indy. He saw him on Netflix. He was my linebacker coach, Manoa Latu. Let me ask you this, Jeff. I know you got the question. I want to ask you about what you think about your Broncos taking Bo Nix.
Okay, so I don't really have a problem. They don't have a quarterback, so I don't have a problem with it. But again, I'll ask the same question. If you want unless Sean Payton knew that this was his guy, and he just thinks everybody else is dumb, and the other 5 guys aren't better, and he's watching them go in front of him, and he's sitting there like, yes, they're gonna, like, thank God. It's like when Jalen Reagor went in front of Justin Jefferson, and all Minnesota coaches were like, whoa, you know, it's. If he thinks the other 5 guys aren't any good, then okay, I can roll with that, I guess. But if you knew you needed a quarterback and you wanted a quarterback and that was priority, wouldn't you want to try and trade up to get the best one of the 5? You can't get Caleb Williams, but after that, at least attempt to move up and get the best one of the group. But according to Sean Payton, they got the best one of the group. So I guess it's just a matter of, you know, what your preference is. Bo Nix is old. He should step in and play immediately. I mean, you can't really sit him and like develop the kid. You're getting what you get. He's started 61 games in college and shit. So he's 24 years old. You can't just, what, are you going to sit him for 2 years? He's going to start at 26. He's going to Chris Winkie this bitch? I don't think so. So he's going to play immediately. And the quarterback room is him and Stidham and the fucking mile-high MILF hunter. So it's not like those guys are going to teach him a whole lot. You know, Ben DiNucci isn't going to teach him anything. So Nix is going to come in, and Denver's going to be a really shitty team next year. So this could either be like he grows with the team and just, you know, gets better each year and develops in 2 or 3 years and they're good, or he's just going to be the scapegoat for just a bad team, and they'll run him out of the barn in 18 games or so. So the Denver fans are not, how do you say this? Patient? Like, they are not going to sit around and just wait.
Fatanu here, I think. I'm
Here we
going
go.
Fatanu.
Hey, Jeff was 5 for 5 to start with, by the way.
Byron Murphy. There you go.
Not surprising.
He's a
Byron
good
Murphy.
That's what the man does. I mean, come on.
Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Start texting his ass before I even make a bet.
Yeah, no shit. That motherfucker hits, boy. I'll tell you, he won someone a lot of money.
I guess my question for the Broncos would be, next year when you have the first pick in the draft, what are you going to do?
My man, Dr. Jesse Morse is in the house. Hey, Doc, what up? Hey, you're silent. You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you. Hey, you're on with Jeff Nadu and Matt. We got to see some picks. We wanted you to come on and give us some insight on some injury things. Penix got drafted quite early with the Falcons. Surprising take.
Super early.
What? So guess what? I guess the NFL's not worried too much. You're in that space. Did that surprise you with the injury that he's had?
I mean, I don't know how many players that went 6 played 6 years in college, get drafted in the first 10 picks. There can't be too many.
Yeah.
But he has a massive injury history. I tweeted it earlier tonight. He's torn his right ACL twice. The first time was contact, which is pretty rare. He has another season-ending injury to his non-throwing shoulder, and then he had another one to his throwing shoulder, AC sprain, similar to Anthony Richardson's injury history, to give you kind of an idea. The only other quarterback that comes to mind that has bilateral or multiple ACL tears is Deshaun Watson, and he's done pretty well, at least from a knee perspective. But I was a little surprised. There was rumblings that they didn't notify Cousins of this, which is kind of funny since you just paid him $100 million. And he's, this kid's 24, I think. So a lot of weird red flags there, but he showed he's talented. He's lefty. He'll be the second, that I know of that's active besides Tua. So, yeah, a little surprised. Obviously, he's not much of a mobile guy. He can run. He's just not known to, run much. He is very good at avoiding pressure and avoiding the sack. Maybe he can learn a fair amount from Cousins. And if they have any issues with the Achilles, maybe he steps in and maybe they have a clause in his contract. It'll be interesting, but very, very fascinating. Number 8 pick. Let's just say that.
Let me transition. I know Matt and Jeff are going to have some questions for you because I got a question. I know Jeff's thinking the same thing about Brian Thomas, who one of our NFL analysts, Shaun King, thinks is the best receiver in the draft. And we're going to ask you about them next. But let me ask you, is this pick insurance because of Kirk Cousins' Achilles tear?
So, yeah, I think it may be. A lot of people assume they were going to trade out or take another, maybe a defensive player. But remember, the last quarterback that came back from an Achilles tear was Dan Marino that I'm aware of. I don't think there was another one. So that is a very, very long time ago. Most players in general struggle significantly with Achilles tears. Now, a quarterback's obviously a different beast. You don't need to be as mobile. You don't need to be as, aggressive or, explosive is probably the better word. But remember that this is his power leg. This is his back leg. Remember what happened to Joe Burrow last year when he had a calf strain, which is nowhere near as bad as Achilles. He didn't have the touch. He didn't have the power that we were expected of him. The question becomes, when is he going to come back? When is he going to have his full power? Is he going to have it immediately? I don't know.
Holy shit, man. I mean, $100 million, and then you go and pick Michael Penix Jr.'s old. I mean, I'd be pissed if I was Kirk, but at the same time.
But ask yourself, though, is he going to stay there, though? Is that maybe they move him?
They move Penix?
Yeah, and the pick was for someone else.
Penix, Matt.
Yeah.
I mean, so draft him there just to have his rights so you can move him?
Matt, let me ask you this. I
talked about earlier, maybe.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Matt. Do you think, because I got an interesting text, the head coach for Atlanta is AP's boy. Did he take him to hold him for AP and make a move later?
Dude, I don't know about all that shit. That's a pretty heavy conspiracy.
Raheem.
Right there.
You've heard that, man, before, right?
That's some heavy conspiracy theory. But if it happens, then, dude, where do I make that bet?
Well, let me ask you this though, Matt. You know better than us. You know people rub each other's backs that are boys though in this game.
Yeah, but never like that. I'm going to draft this kid just to keep him away from.
No. I'm saying he ain't gonna pimp himself out. What I'm saying is he's gonna get AP to get him some motherfucking picks. But I'm saying, do you see that happening, or is he an insurance blanket for Cousins?
He's got to be insurance because Cousins. I mean, a busted Achilles that late in your career. The Jets don't give a shit. The Jets are all in. Whatever happens, happens. The Falcons are trying to think about the future a little bit.
I don't mind it. I mean, I think it's a little aggressive, but they had to be aggressive. They weren't going to get him at 20. We just saw 6 quarterbacks go in the first 12 picks. That hasn't happened since what, 83? So it's crazy, but unfortunately, that's the nature of the game. You saw what happened when all these quarterbacks went down. You got like no-name guys, guys that were facing, what's the kid from that was in Chicago? Like, without a quarterback, you're dead. You don't have a team. You don't have a shot. So, it's crazy. You guys asked about Brian Thomas. So there's rumblings that he had a shoulder injury or has a shoulder injury that didn't formally hold him out of any games. It appears, I tweeted it yesterday or the day before, whatever day it was. He dislocated his shoulder. I don't know if it was his left or his right. I think it was in a September game. I don't know if it was 22 or 23. And usually that translates to a torn labrum. This is not something you can fix surgically in less than 4 months or so. It's just too risky. So realistically, I think that's what they're looking at, and he may slide. This is an annoying injury until it's fixed. I do them with quote unquote stem cells, and they do amazing. I don't know if that's a route he's willing to go, but I'm curious to see where he lands because we've had several wide receivers off the board already. I think Worthy might go. I think Adonai Mitchell might go. We might see McConkey. We're going to probably see Thomas. So, there's been a ton of offensive weapons, obviously, so far. I think he's coming. The question is, how concerned are they about this shoulder? Is this enough to, if he lands on it hard, dislocates it again, and he's done for the season, he plays 2, maybe 3 games, and then he obviously misses a ton of time. So I don't know, but if they're concerned enough, he may fall, but it's not a career-changing thing. It may impact his first season, unless they have him do the surgery and just have him start on PUP. That's another possibility.
Hey, so Coach, which one of these 6 quarterbacks is the most likely to bust in your opinion?
Man, Jeff asked me if I want to bet money, who would I take as the first 6 to go to a Pro Bowl? You asked me who to bust. God damn. Can I say all of them?
Well, I mean, yeah, if you want. If you don't think any of them are going to do anything, then yeah.
I think Jayden Daniels has the best opportunity having McLaurin and having that team. I think, with Kingsbury there, I like the fact I don't like him as a play caller necessarily, but I like him with Jayden Daniels, if that makes sense. So I think, and you know how it is, how finicky this game is, Matt. So that's what I mean. I think that works together. What do you think about this take that the Vikings just made with Dallas Turner?
It's a smart pick when you pair him up with who's the defense Hunter. They got some juice now coming off the edge. They struggled putting pressure on people last year. So, it looks like Minnesota's trying to go young and impress Jordan Jefferson a little bit and try and keep him around. And if McCarthy can go in there and see, the thing is with McCarthy is that Minnesota's not, O'Connell's not a ground and pound, run the ball 60% of the time, ball control coach. He's trying to sling that shit. So if J.J. McCarthy, a 4,500-yard passer, 40 touchdowns in the NFL, really? J.J. McCarthy is that kid? So
no, I don't think he starts. Jeff, do you think he starts over Sam Darnold?
No.
No, that's not good.
Mims goes to the Bengals, by the way. He might be the best offensive lineman when it's all said and done. He only played in 8 games, though.
Is the Mims kid the big guy from Georgia?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's.
Hey, Doc, I got to ask you about Latu with the neck problem. Is there any concern that he'll have back issues?
Cervical fusion, right?
Yeah.
Was it cervical or was it lumbar? I have to check.
Something with his neck. I know that.
Hunter did go to the Texans.
Believe it or not, I mean,
well, then they're replacing him.
Yeah, but believe it or not, there is some concern there, but in general, it's not a huge concern. Most of these guys do well. Most of the time, this isn't a huge deal because once they're fused, these guys aren't going to get thrown to the ground and, they're not running into people like a
running back,
running person.
Right.
Carson, remember, or Peyton. So the biggest risk, in my opinion, is when you fuse a disc. Usually they do it from the front. When you fuse a cervical disc, that disc is supposed to move. So if it can't move, right, then that energy gets translated to the disc above and the disc below. So now you start herniating the disc above and disc below, which obviously is a massive concern. And now you start having multiple areas that you can possibly herniate. So in general, that's a little bit of a red flag. That's kind of how I would say it.
Hey Doc, we got a guy in here right now that has had to deal with that. Matt, can you explain? You've had spinal tap fusion.
Yeah, I mean, I have a 5-level cage fusion in my lower back, and it was the end of my playing career. Quick. So, it's once the middle of your body starts getting compromised, it's really, really hard to recover from that.
Yeah, I think we lost Doc.
Yeah.
Doc, I think we lost you. Yeah, if he gets service, he'll call back. Matt, what did you have?
I have a 5-level cage fusion in my lower back. So from S5 to L1, it's like caged off and braces and like screws and pins. I broke my back really bad. So that was the end of the playing career. That's for damn sure. It is not cool. It sucks.
Yeah, he has something more closer to Peyton Manning and the neck, which we all know neck is fear. We fear the neck injury as far as death, but at the same time, he's not a quarterback, running back, linebacker. So, back to Latu, Matt. I know I got you for a few minutes, Matt. Back to Latu. I was watching Coach Shaw breaking down, and I have much respect. So do you, Coach Shaw, David Shaw. His son goes to UCLA. He goes to watch practices a lot last year. And he said that he had 5 sacks this year where the tackle didn't get his fucking hands on him. He said that was Bosa-like. Do you see that with Latu?
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, this kid's got the same kind of bend as Nick. I don't see the same as Joey. I think Joey's more – if I could take Joey and put 10 pounds on him, and just put him at 3 technique all the time, I think he would be way more productive. But he wants to play defensive end, so they got to deal with that. He's not a bad defensive end, but I think he could be a killer 3 technique. Whereas I think Nick Bosa is just a pure pass rusher, 5 technique, go get it. This guy bends like Nick does. So, hopefully he can have a little bit of a different array of moves. Bosa kind of got caught in the, 3-trick pony defensive line moves this year. Struggling, trying to beat guys who really studied him, especially in the Super Bowl. So, hopefully this kid can maybe go to Max Crosby's pass rush summit or something and learn more than just, speed, power, counter.
Hey, Jeff, your cornerbacks picks is looking good. Number one, I'm surprised they haven't gone off the board. I want to ask Matt real quick because we have him for 5 minutes. I want to ask Matt real quick. Are they taking offensive heavy in this draft more than we've ever seen for the simple fact that offensive production in the NFL is down, even though the rules are fucking offensive favoring? Interesting, huh?
Look, when you're talking about these rules and how they've been catered to the offense, you would think that the points would be up, that like they'd be able to find more pockets to control the line of scrimmage. You'd figure that like scoring would be surging and you'd have 38, 35 games every week, right? And it's just, I think the NFL kind of cut their nose to spite their face. And if you listen to Tom Brady and some of these guys talk about it, I think quarterback play is diminished, and I think you would agree with me. Not because not because the game's harder, it's because the rules has made it easier, which means guys don't have to study as much or don't think they need to. So I think the rules has made it easier, but the game is just hard. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly. So
I know what you're saying. I've been saying
when the rules were not catered to the offense advancing the football, the fucking quarterbacks had to be perfect. They had to not make mistakes. They had to throw sight adjustments correctly. You had to make sure that everything was set up right so you didn't decapitate your receiver and get somebody killed. So
can't put hands on them.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the game's different.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't get it, man. I don't understand. Jeff, are you shocked here that the corner position hasn't been taken off the board?
No, I don't know that I'm shocked. I'm surprised that teams like the Eagles haven't traded up. I mean, they're generally a team that move around. I know they like these two corners in Mitchell and Terry and Arnold. But listen, we might not have 3 or 4 cornerbacks taken, let alone 5. That bet was insane. That number, 5.5 corners. There were 2 really good ones.
Yeah. It's interesting here. Brock Bowers to the Raiders. Matt, your thoughts?
That kid is a stud. And if they pair him up with Myers correctly, I think they can have a really good 1-2 punch. Anywhere that kid goes, if you have a tight end, you're going to have a good 1-2 punch. Now, the key is this going to open up more for Davante Adams? Yes. But look, you tell me, can O'Connell actually manage all this offense?
Well, that's why you drafted tight end, in my opinion. To your point, I thought you and I would have the same thought on this. My good friend in this world, in the coaching business, coached Aiden at Purdue. He's now at Louisville. He said the dude could throw it with anybody in the league right now. He said the dude could spin it with anybody. He said, and he managed the game, and that is why I like the pick. AP is doing it from the inside out, being a very smart coach and learning from the coach that he had in New York, as you know, Coughlin, who is a Bill Parcells and Belichick guy, who said, hey, you know what? Let's get 12 personnel in there, give this young quarterback 2 safety blankets, and isolate the safeties and dictate where they are, so I can throw one-on-one matchups to Davante fucking Adams all night. I think it's a great job. Who's going to double-team Brock Bowers? Who's going to double-team Meyer and double-team Davante?
You can't. And it's just going to open up. Whoever does end up being the running back for them, because they got to replace Jacobs. I'd imagine they want to go run heavy, smash mouth, and attack the middle of the field, which opens up everything for Davante Adams. So
and play defense as AP would do, right? Play defense.
Yeah, man. Play good defense. They need to go get another pass rusher. I know they got the kid from Texas Tech last year in the first round to put on the other side of Crosby, but we'll see what he does this year. But you can never have too many of those guys.
Listen,
they went and got Wilkins. He's a stud at 3 techniques. So I think the Raiders might be able to turn some heads next year. They were close this year.
Listen, I grew up with AP. I know how he thinks, and I coached against him, obviously. He was a head coach at Poly when I was at Cabrillo. Here's the thing. He's like, dog, there ain't a quarterback in this draft that I like over Aiden O'Connell or Minshew. And I think Minshew stays at his role. He's
That's right. They signed Garner Minshew. Holy shit, he could take O'Connell's job in a heartbeat.
Or he's just comfortable as a backup and being comfortable teaching the young kid, hey, man, because you're not asking Aiden O'Connell to drop back 40 times like Tom Brady. So think about it. Like, let's be smart here with this pick. And I think you take a guy that's a safety blanket for a young QB who got his feet wet last year. He played and he did okay for a team. But also, to Shaun King's point, you're in the division of Patrick Mahomes. You're not going to try to outscore him. You're going to play good defense. By the way, the last loss to the Chiefs was to the Raiders. So AP understands, hey, I know how to play defense. I know how to do this thing. I want to do this right. I'm going to do it the way that we won a Super Bowl in New York, the way I learned. And I like it, man. I think the Raiders are formidable. And then how do you take the Chargers pick with Harbaugh? I'm not going to question Harbaugh. I think
I thought that's what they would do this morning when we talked about it, and they ended up doing it. So it's smart.
Yeah.
Alt's a hell of a player. His dad was a hell of a player. That's pretty much, if that kid stays healthy, knock on wood, and you've got the Slater kid on the other side from Northwestern, that's 2 bookend tackles that you don't have to worry about for 10 years. So that's why you draft guys like that where you draft them.
Hey,
that kid's a monster too.
Jeff had a good take. And I want to ask you, you know more than all of us on this. Do you move all to right tackle? Wait for this pick. Jared Verse, Rams.
pass rusher.
He's a good defense. That's a good pick. Good pass rusher. You can leave Slater at left because he's comfortable there, and then you put Alt at right and you roll. And then when Slater's contract is up, you move Alt to left tackle and you draft the right tackle and you roll. I mean, that's just the natural progression of offensive linemen in the NFL.
As someone that look, I've never played football. Is that seamless to just move from left to right?
It's not as easy as you would think it is, but at the same time, look, if Alt becomes an all-pro right tackle, you just leave him there and draft a new left tackle. Right. But he can move to the left if he needs to. That's why, I'm a big fan of the swing offensive line where you play right and left sides. Right. The guys have to do both. That's kind of a dead thing. You don't really see that anymore. But I used to love it, playing right and left side. It opens up the versatility when you go to draft these guys too.
Right.
Matt, before you leave, I mentioned if I'm recruiting him as a right tackle. First of all, just because of his body type and his shape. He's 321, 6'8". Now, can he thin down to 315? I think Harbaugh will thin him down if he is left. But I want to break down this film with you real quick on some alt thing. I was telling Jeff earlier in the chat, we love to see feet inside our shoulders as a tackle. We don't want to overextend. We don't want to drop our eyes. We don't want to lunge. Break down Joe Alt's film here as Bailey gets it in. I want to show the people from an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman perspective. Joe Alt's feet, he never overextends. I thought he did a great job, and that's why. But I think he's physical, and I think his body style is a right tackle in the NFL.
And look, he's an under center, and what I mean with that is he's not. He understands the angles of the game. He's not. Everybody that I work with, the first thing I say to him is stop oversetting. You're not playing Von Miller every week. Well, now he is playing Von Miller every week, so he's got to learn how to, being a left tackle primarily at Notre Dame. Going to the right side, he's a mauler, as you can see. The right side is really a point of attack cutback tackle. He's going to have to really press that cutback lane, because a lot of that bootleg and sprint action with the right-hand quarterback, he's the right quarterback or the right tackle. He's going to have to push that angle on run game to allow the cutback in that zone scheme so that Harbaugh loves. So, look, the kid's athletic. You see the footwork. It's perfect. He does a good job with both of his hands. He doesn't shoot two hands at once. Two hands at once is one hand. So he does a good job of keeping him independent. He's a guy that if he stays healthy, he'll play forever.
And just watching him run the counter there as the tackle pulls with the guard for the common fan out there, he looks like a right tackle to me. You know what I'm saying? Our freakish left tackles in the NFL and history of it, the Ogdens and the
No, he's a right tackle, bro. He reminds me a lot of Decker.
He reminds me of Robert Gallery, no?
Robert Gallery kind of sucks, but okay. Robert Gallery was a big.
coming out of college.
He was a hell of a player in college. Yeah, I know Decker plays the left side for Detroit and Sewell plays the right, but he does remind me a lot of Taylor Decker.
Hey, shout out to the Usos. Sewell gets the highest paid O lineman salary of all time.
To that shit.
Amen to that. He would be on the white team also in the race draft.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt, I appreciate you. Are you on tomorrow with us?
Yeah, I'll be on in the morning. I'm about to watch my
Lakers win.
Let's go up 3-0, baby. Let's go. Peace.
Later. All right, Jeff. So what's transpired since? Break it down. I don't know what you think here is what's going on.
I mean, we're getting closer and closer to the Philadelphia Eagles pick. A lot of trench players coming off the board, defensive tackles, defensive edges, offensive linemen. I think it's abundantly clear at this point the Philadelphia Eagles are going to take a cornerback. I mean, and it looks like they're not going to have to trade. They're going to have the pick of possibly Mitchell, possibly DeJean, possibly Terry and Arnold. It really depends where they want to go here. Pittsburgh Steelers, I believe, are on the clock. They could take Brian Thomas.
Drewski, shut up. How is Prime the best coach ever? He's coached 3 years.
This guy comes in and says that every day. I see him.
He's a fucking idiot. Who is it? Nice fucking biopic. You fucking cunt.
Why the fuck aren't they, Eric? How the hell would you know?
What did he say?
Philly ain't gonna go with DeJean. I'm sure you would know.
Yeah, he's in the fucking war room.
Rich Yang says, "Are you happy with AJ Brown's extension?" Yeah, listen, you got to. The big boys need to get taken care of, and look, we know though he is a diva. I remember Coach called that last week or last year. Hey Adam, what the fuck? I wonder with these people. Yeah, I didn't play football. Does it mean that I can't talk about something? I never was in the mafia, but I have the biggest mafia podcast. What the fuck does that matter? Some of you people are fucking idiots, man. No shit. I never went to the NFL. Surprising. Fucking moron.
Oh.
Another offensive tackle, or offensive guard.
Offense is killing the defense in the draft this year. Good pick, especially when you got 2 quarterbacks in free agency.
And he can play guard and tackle.
Yeah, he's probably a guard in the NFL. Seeing him there against a good Michigan front,
Yes, Dale. I think I think Coach and I agreed that Bill's taking a receiver. I thought that was the lock of the draft as far as what they're going to pick. Absolutely.
When are they up?
28th.
Who's available then?
They'll be the Texas receivers, I would think. You got Xavier Worthy, A.D. Mitchell. You have Leggett maybe from South Carolina. Vlad McComsky. Brian Thomas may be there. I actually would love Kool-Aid McKendry. I think we've forgotten about him. He might be better than Terry and Arnold.
Lakers up big early.
Drewski says Xavier Weaver from Colorado is not getting fucking drafted in the first round. You fucking simp.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, maybe Deion's gonna get drafted, Drewski. You think he'll get drafted?
He would get drafted over any of their players. Hey Bailey, is there a video of Arthur Blank talking about why they took Penix? Apparently there is, if we can find it.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
I would love to hear what Blank said.
Of course you would, Drewski. You'd suck his cock too if he asked you.
Jimmy Horn Jr. going to go second round. I don't see it. See, y'all think that these guys, if they were so good, why haven't they been taken? See, that's the thing about it, man. You guys talk about how good these motherfuckers are. They're not. They're really not.
Oh, we're at pick 21, I believe.
So what have the Cowboys done?
Damn, Arthur Blank looks like Biden in there. He doesn't even know what's going on.
God damn, his neck is part of his back.
Look at that other old guy. How old? Bob Barker over there. How old is he?
God damn, old
Did
money.
You still go back to that? Go back to that one more time.
You imagine the money in that room?
Go back to Bob Barker there on the left. Watch, look at him.
Which one?
On the left there with the white hair, Bob Barker.
Which one? There's 2 of those fucks over there.
Hit play on that, will you?
And who's the fucking guy?
Look at the guy on the far left. Watch when he turns. That's Bob Barker, bro.
Who's the guy in the gray polo to his back to us? He's got to be the analytical fucking nerd intern.
Yeah. Oh, with the red tie, you mean?
No, the guy.
The kid on the right. Yeah. I don't know.
The kid on the right.
It's got to be like Blank's like grandkid or something.
Yeah, he didn't just walk into that job on fucking LinkedIn.
Who's the Louis Riddick wannabe there?
I don't know. Big head, though. He was ahead of his class. Lakers up 8.
But yeah, the net worth in that room is probably $10 billion.
Yeah, no shit. The Cowboys intrigue me because I don't think they extend Dak Prescott. I think this is his last year in Dallas. I think it's the head coach of McCarthy's last year in Dallas. And I can see McCarthy. I can see Belichick taking that job. And I can see them figuring out the quarterback position. Who is in the league right now that the Cowboys would trade Dak for?
Like as a, I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to answer that. I don't know. I don't think they're going to right now.
Like, fuck, man. Who the fuck?
They would probably draft a quarterback, right?
Maybe. Who's in the draft next year? Quinn Ewers, Dylan Gabriel. The next year's quarterback draft's worse than this year. Quarterbacks are getting worse, man. I'm telling you. I don't understand.
Shedeur.
Huh?
Shedeur Sanders.
Oh, fuck. He's so fucking
Carson
bad.
Beck. Cam
So let me
Ward.
ask you, do the Cowboys trade Trey Lance? Because if they don't, then he's the guy. But he's clearly not the guy. So why do you trade for him during the season if you're not going to use him? Like, he's not a fucking huge asset, Jeff. He's not a commodity. What is he going to be? Trey Lance is I'm very interested in what they do there. They're in a very peculiar situation. See, if they would have drafted the kid out of Alabama, I would say that Micah Parsons would be on the trade block, because I'm hearing rumblings that he's overstayed his welcome. He's just a fucking shitbird. He continues to do shit that the team just doesn't like. I hear that the players don't like him. So I'm curious on who the Cowboys draft. What rush?
Maybe they have Trey Lance as, the next guy. They'll give him an opportunity. I don't know. I don't get it.
Hey, Ryan Wilson, we're getting close, brother. We're trying to get there. When Jeff drives into town, hopefully we're live in person. He can stop there, or he'll come to my house first. We'll drive to the studio, and we're gonna have some poker nights here at the house, and we're gonna have some AEs here, and we're gonna hang out.
No, you will have some. I won't.
I will. I'll have some females over for you.
Oh, well, sounds good.
You locked down?
No, I have many.
Then what are you worried about?
I just don't want any AEs. I'm good on that.
They say my mic works good. It's the wireless, by the way. See, I can do the show in here. I wish we had. See, we can do the show in here live. This is perfect. But thing is, Smitty lives so fucking far away.
The one thing I will not be doing is getting into any hot tub.
Yeah, we're gonna get in the hot tub. I'm gonna put a pool in, Jeff. I think I'm gonna put a pool in the next month or so.
Yeah, pools are great, man. Especially if you have the room.
I'm gonna put a pool in, sunken bar. I'm gonna have it all set up. When are you getting here?
My fucking dad, man. My dad loved pool areas, man. He used to, every time we had a house, we had a dope pool area.
Yeah, see, I grew up not so fortunate. I've never had one, so that's why I want one. When are you getting here?
Probably gonna be there like between like the 16th and the 20th, around then.
I don't think I can get a pool in by then, but fuck, I'll fly you out next time.
I'll come back sometime.
Yeah, I'll fly you out when we get it in. I gotta ask you.
Hey, what town do you live in again? Or where do you live in?
I live in the Inland Empire, Riverside area.
Okay.
Rancho Cucamonga area, all out here in the Inland Empire.
All right, Eagles gonna have their choice of corners here, boys. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Chop Robinson, where's he from?
Penn State.
So Penn State has more players drafted than Alabama?
Yep, like 2 more than Alabama. Oh my God, the Eagles are gonna get to take Mitchell or whatever corner they want. Don't fuck this up, Howie. You fucking little fuck. Don't fuck this up. And listen, I'm not looking at the chat. I'm looking at the TV. None of you fucks better ruin this for me. Can we also not announce the pick in the chat? Let's just hear it on TV. Oh, they got one more pick. Never mind.
They got one more pick? Who?
Wait, did the Dolphins? The Dolphins took Robinson.
Yeah.
Okay.
What the a quarterback? What the we have a quarterback. We don't need
That was me.
Is that what you're going to do right now if they don't take a corner?
If they do something stupid, yeah, I'm going to react like that.
Then we need to see it. Bailey, be ready to go. Vertical clip for tomorrow TikTok.
But see, the thing is, they're going to announce it like,
Hey, Jeff, let me ask you a question, Jeff. Do you make good money on TikTok?
Yeah.
I got my biggest check ever on TikTok this month.
You did?
Yeah, so they're going to probably ban it.
How many views did you have?
I don't know. I just saw the check came in a couple grand.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
That's pretty good. I didn't know. I didn't even know. I would be pushing it harder if I knew. Because my followers have gone up. My followers have gone up crazy. I'm at like 350,000.
I did like 7 million views and I got like $4,000.
Damn. I didn't get that much. I got a couple grand. It's the most I've ever had there. I don't really use TikTok, but I'm gonna start. Well, it's gonna go away now.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's gonna go away officially probably till next year. Probably like this time next year.
Do you know anything about that? So like I've heard stories. Like so somebody can I guess there's a way they can keep it, but it's got to be. I don't know.
It has to be sold, and they ain't gonna sell it.
Really?
Yep. So I'm going to try to make money while I can.
Yeah, me too.
All right, who the fuck they going to take here? Come on, fucking Howie. Don't fuck this up, dude.
My boy, shout out to my boy Pat Perez. He got me this Arizona lemonade stand. I got 2 different ones. I got a huckleberry lemonade and a passion fruit lemonade, and you mix these with vodka or tequila. Holy shit.
Oh, okay, it's like a mixed thing.
I mean, you can drink it straight up. It's great lemonade, but I don't drink lemonade like that.
All right. Eagles are about to be on the clock, fuckers. Best available. Do we go receiver? Do we go Graham Barton? Got to go Quinyon Mitchell, right? Got to go Terry Arnold. Got to go corner. Honestly, wouldn't be that mad with anything they do, unless they take like a fucking quarterback or something. If they take a quarterback, I'd flip the fuck.
Hey Bailey, can you put the chat link in the link in the chat? Max Hass wants to call in. Hey Max, we're gonna put the link in the chat, and you can call in. Right there, Max.
There's not one quarter been taken yet. It's crazy.
What does that tell you?
That they're not good? And I mean, if the Eagles don't take one, it's like, holy shit.
Let me ask you this. Let me give you an interesting take. Why they're not taking them?
I guess it's not good enough. Bo Nix supposedly has a hot mom. Is that true?
What who?
Bo Nix supposedly has a hot mom.
Yeah.
Holy shit. You got to see the Bo Nix family photo. Holy shit. What a wildly white family. Holy shit.
I saw some of them.
My God.
Let me ask you this. If offensive production's down and the quarterback play is really bad, and head coaches and GMs understand this, and they're on the JB tip, and they understand, they're like, JB's right. Quarterbacks are shit. Offense is shit. Why would you get a corner? Why don't you get a pass rusher? Why don't you get a linebacker? Why don't you get guys that can get to the QB that's actually average? Why would you need a corner? Offensive production's shit. Maybe you go and get into. You win from the you start at the first level, then you get better at the second level, and then the third level, you get to make sure you keep everything in front of you. I think that could be a trend here because we're seeing it, and it's obviously happening. So I'm wondering if that's the case.
Listen, here's all I know. The Eagles need a fucking corner. They haven't drafted a corner in the first round since 2002. I got to tell you, I think deep down, Kool-Aid McKinstry, I think, could be a fucking tremendous corner. Again, though, I wouldn't be having an issue with anybody, really. As long as they don't take a quarterback here, I'm not going to be upset. And they're not going to do that. So.
Nobody needs a tank for Shedeur, Bobby. Nobody needs a tank for fucking Shedeur Sanders. Nobody. Shut up. So tell me, remember they fucking came out with this Shedeur Sanders would be the first pick this year? Really?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Now remember, Cooper DeJean's a guy who can play multiple positions. He can play safety, he can play corner, he can play slot, he can play everywhere. He can play outside linebacker. Very versatile.
Bobby being sarcastic. Good. I'm glad you're sarcastic. Joe Rodriguez probably is not being sarcastic. He will not be the best quarterback in 25.
Oh, no, there's a guy in here, that the Drewski guy. He thinks that, like, Xavier Weaver should be the first pick this year.
Of course.
All right, what are we doing here? Eagles, let's go, Howie. Come on.
Have you seen this guy's fucking pink fucking suit?
Howie's on the phone.
Have you seen this fucking pink suit?
Come on. Give me Cole. Give me Keynan. Don't fuck this up, Howie. You little fucking weasel. Don't fuck this up. Whoa, look at that pink suit. I love that. Carry on with the pink John. He looks like me at the bar with the sunglasses on. I love it. You don't go, if you go to the bar and you don't wear sunglasses, you're a fucking suspect. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Nate Wiggins. My man, look at that shorty on the left. That's my kind of woman on the left right there. Maron. Is that his sister? Oh, my God. The pick is in, and I'm not looking at the chat. I want to hear it announced. Don't tell me who it is, Coach. I'm not looking. I'm going to keep not looking. I want to hear it live.
Oh, I see it.
No,
there you go.
I'm not looking. I don't want to hear. Everybody looks happy in the war room. They're shaking hands. They're hugging.
I'm not telling you.
Look at Jeffrey. He's handing the phone off. Let's go, Keynan. Come on, Keynan. Is it Cooper? Is it Keynan? Is it Terry and Arnold? Is it Nate Wiggins? Who the hell is it?
It is.
Tell me. As long as it's not a Colorado player. Let's hear it.
Can I say it?
Pick, you fucking idiot.
Can I say it?
No, I want to hear it announced. Please. Don't do this to me. I got to do it normal. I want to react. All right, we're almost there. Jealousy, turning faith into the sea, turning to sick lullabies, choking on your alibi. But it's just the price I pay. Destiny is calling me. Open up my eager eyes, 'cause I miss the right side. All right, let's do it. All right, we're almost there, boys. Let's go, baby. Who's announcing this pick? Fuck you, Roger. All right, here we go. Come on. I don't give a shit. Yes, we know. Why do we got to do this now, fucker? Yeah, Brazil. We know. We got the fucking Brazil game. What if we could be going to Russia anytime soon?
You still haven't they haven't told you?
No, don't tell me.
Why are they taking so long?
Because he's talking about global shit. Let's do a game in Russia. Hey, Jordan, the big man.
The second Toledo first round draft pick.
You really told me, dude? Really?
Oh, I thought you just clapped it up.
Oh, dude, what the fuck, man? I sat here all that time.
Wait, you just clapped it up. I thought you clapped it up. You saw it.
No. Motherfucker.
I didn't know. I thought you heard it, bro. I'm not bad. You gotta get better Wi-Fi.
It's on TV.
Mine's way ahead of you.
Oh, I wanted to hear him say it.
I thought you heard it. I thought you
beautiful.
clapped it up.
We didn't have to trade, and we get the best corner. Shout out to us. The rich get richer. Let's go, Q baby.
I think Wiggins is the best corner.
Man, this is sweet.
Or Higgins. What's his name? Higgins, a Clemson corner?
Wiggins.
I think he's the best corner. Brian Case said, shout out Jeff, but he told you that the Eagles were going to take a corner.
What do you mean? Yeah, you're right. I did say that. I said that forever.
What is Ocean Breeze? What does that have to do with anything? No shit, I'm not a DB. Do you think my 225-pound when I played ass was a corner? You fucking idiot. By the way, is Kool-Aid the best name in the draft?
Yeah, for sure.
That's black people shit all day long. Where's Smitty at? Who woke up one night though and just said, "Hey, fuck it, Kool-Aid, that's gonna be your name"?
I don't think it's his real name.
Yeah.
No.
Real fucking. Yeah, it's his real name.
No, it ain't.
So yeah, why would he not? The coldest is a good name.
The coldest Crawford.
Ha Clinton Dix is another one. There's a few names out there.
American Hustler, are you gay, dude? You stay calling people meatballs. It's weird, though. You don't find that weird at all? So weird. Fucking.
Oh, I'm sorry, Roberto. His name is Cool J Aid. You fucking idiot.
There's Brian Thomas, your boy.
Ooh, that's a good fucking get for the Jags. D. Jones, where you at, D. Jones? D. Jones, that's a good pickup. That is Shaun King's favorite receiver in this draft. If Dr. Morse says that his shoulder's not a huge issue, he'll be all right. The thing is, you're a receiver with a shoulder. That is why he probably dropped. You can't catch the ball and get upfield without a shoulder.
That's a funny name, Captain Munnerlin. Remember that guy?
Fuck.
Captain Munnerlin. That's a good one.
So Brian Case thinks the Packers are going to take Cooper DeJean, and the Lions will take Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
Where do you think that? You think that?
Yeah, I think you'll start to see the
defense.
Yeah, starting to see the run on defense, particularly D-backs.
Yeah, I'd play O-line, Kirk. It's all right. I'm 279 right now, by the way, but I was 288 on Sunday. But I'm 6'3.5", you fucking idiot, and I hold my weight real well. And your girl likes my weight down below.
Hey, I'll be right back. All right, JB.
Yeah.
I gotta make a quick call.
Dallas Cowboys. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? That's gonna be interesting. Kirk Cousins and his camp are very pissed off, apparently, and confused by the Falcons picking Michael Penix as they didn't use the pick to help the team in 2024. Would you be pissed as well? Very interesting. Kirk Cousins, you just gave him a lot of money. If you're Kirk Cousins and you got $100 million, I would shut the hell up. But I also know you want to win. So you got an injury, dog. You're coming off of a goddamn Achilles injury. Let's pump our brakes, Kirk. We don't know if you're gonna fucking pop. We don't know if you're gonna pop that bitch again either. So remember, you got a first-year head coach. He's building a program. He's not here just to appease you. Lakers up 10.
Lakers always start out well in these games.
You know, last year when they got swept, every game was down to the wire too.
Yeah, I mean they always are like hanging tough in these games, and then they blow it late.
What is it? I mean, I don't understand. They're up 10 right now. They just don't have a closer because LeBron, again, if you're the GOAT. By the way, Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan closed games out because they were elite shooters, scorers. This guy struggles. LeBron is fucking horrific in late games. Let's just be honest. LeBron chokes in late games. And that is why this team and all LeBron's teams have choked. Go back in history. Look at the Dallas Mavericks series. Look at the Golden State Warriors series. Look at the San Antonio series. He is a fucking nobody in the fourth quarter. Unless they're up, then he's a freelancer and he scores. But if they're down or tight, LeBron is fucking horrific in the fourth quarter. Keep it real. They're up 12 right now. They were up fucking 20 last game in Denver. He just flopped. He just flopped again. The flop. Eric Gordon just flopped his ass.
Darnell Smith just tweeted, first rounder from the MAC is big time. Shout out to Quinyon Mitchell. Smitty loves his MAC shit.
It's your second one ever, Smitty. Stop. Second MAC player ever to go the first round. Stop. Ever.
That's surprising. Usually the Eagles go fucking Alabama.
Hey, we got a special appearance real quick. We don't have him long. Because this guy is in New York City at a New York Yankee game.
Just got back.
E-Dub, Super Bowl champ. What's up, E-Dub?
What's up? What's up, Coach? What's up, Jeff?
What's up, my man? How are you?
Man, talk about a crazy, crazy draft. I've been pausing the stream while I'm watching the Yankee game. The Yankees stunk it up, 1 run. We got there late, straight from the plane to the hour and a half taxi drive straight to the game. But wow, how many straight offensive? Please tell me, JB, you bet that the top first 10 wouldn't be defense.
He definitely did.
$5,800 winner.
Hell yeah. I mean, never. Has there ever been more evidence showing the way the game is and what teams emphasize in their draft rooms? I mean, 15 straight picks of offensive guys. That is, I mean, has it ever been done?
1983 was the first time they've taken this many quarterbacks.
I mean, it's 6 in the first 12, and some of these guys are not first-round guys. So it's
Some.
it's pretty it's pretty wild. I mean, these guys 15 years ago, you would say they wouldn't have first-round grades, but now they're getting drafted so high because, I mean, along with the rookie wage scale, and you can turn over these quarterbacks after 2-3 years and just get a new one. You're not tied to them like you once were. You were getting guaranteed 50, 60, 80, $100 million deals out the rip without even playing. But man, wow.
How speaking of your trip, how's your parents like the Yankee Stadium?
Man, it's been great. My parents are both 72, so they're up there in their age and walking around and whatnot. They did the tour bus today. We're going, World Trade Center, or I don't know what it's called now. Whatever.
Freedom Tower.
Whatever they made it into. We've already done this. Get this, my kids were 10, 8, 6, and 4. We took a train from Baltimore, dropped us off at Madison Square Garden, had our bags, and we stayed in Times Square for 4 days with my 4 kids and just did it all. Did the trains, subway every day, like we were locals, and so we kind of did the whole touristy thing. So I'm just kind of doing it for my parents because
is it as bad as the internet shows it?
Driving in, there's some bad spots coming in, but even the sub. Go ahead, Jeff.
It's blown out of proportion. It's not like that bad.
Yeah, like in the subway was clean. The subway was fine. Like, it's not. It all depends on where you're at. I mean, but I'm looking and I'm asking every local around here, hey, what do you think about your mayor and the job he's doing? And I haven't had one person say that they didn't want him out.
Hey, let me ask you real quick. Is there a reason why the defense isn't being taken? I made a comment to Jeff a minute ago. I said, man, offensive production is as low as it's ever been, even though the rules are lax for the offense. See who this is. Lions trade up.
Ooh.
They want their corner maybe or safety.
Cooper DeJean, or
yeah, that's what Brian.
Have the other corners gone off yet? I don't know the last couple picks.
No, Quinyon Mitchell's the only corner taken.
Wow.
So the Eagles, to Jeff's Eagles. You think they're taking less? You think they're taking less defensive guys because offense is so bad, and they're like, quarterbacks are so bad, we don't need a corner. We need a pass rusher or an O tackle or a, like, is there a thought in that at all?
Well, I think the way the game is going, and you can tell just by the way this draft is and past drafts, if you can get a dynamic impact now receiver, you take them. That's why 3 were taken within the first 9 picks. If you can get a cornerstone tackle for the next 10 to 12, 15 years, you take them. And then you're going to have these revolving door at quarterback because you're not tied to them like you once were. After 2 years, you can just get rid of them because you don't have to take on the fifth year option. So you're going to take more chances, more flyers on guys much higher in the draft to try to hit a home run on the most important position on your team. If you don't have a quarterback, you don't have a chance to win. And I think that's where these coaching staffs and organizations are realizing and understand you have great coaches and great culture. You can fill in the defense. Defense is a much more plug and play, and you can find those gems throughout the draft. I mean, look at the Rams draft last year. You found the D tackle You found Puka in the fourth round, like, you know, the two corners, the 6th and 7th round that started and played, like, you know, that's not happening that's not happening at quarterback or tackle.
Hey, I don't want to keep you too long, and I wanted you for one specific question to give insight to everybody in here. We got 4,500 people in here.
Let's go.
Overall, I got to ask you, what is it like? You're a second rounder. What is it like getting your name called in the draft in the first few rounds? What is it like seeing these kids walk out here today? You weren't the first day guy, but you're a second round guy. Break us down and walk us through the process of having your name called.
Well, yeah, my 2007 draft was the last draft that they had 20 minutes per pick. So it was the longest first round in the history of the NFL draft my year. And back then they had the first 3 rounds. So I watched the whole first round, and you know, the anxiety, the stress of where you're going to go, one of 32 places you can end up, to end up in San Diego. You know, funny story, I tripped 2 places when I was going through the draft process. One was Baltimore Ravens, and 2 was San Diego. And when I was at San Diego meeting with the coaches and whatnot, I was hanging out with Norv, talking with him out on the practice field. And a bunch of guys were doing some workouts out there, and we're small talking, and he looks at me and he goes, "I got this weird feeling we're going to trade up and get you." And in the moment, I was like, "You're out of your mind." You know, they picked 31 that year and 64, 65. And when they picked a receiver at 31, I was like, there's no chance that I would go there. And then they ended up trading from 64 down to 37 to grab me. And it's just very surreal. It's everything that you think that you want, and then the realization that this is a big boy league, and you're there to take someone's job. You're there to take someone's family from them, in a sense. And it's a very cutthroat. Back in the day, it was much more cutthroat than it is now. Like I had older guys wouldn't even speak to me in my position room because they knew I was there to take their job, and
now
so that was hard to deal with. Yeah. I mean, it's just different dynamics. Not saying it's better or worse, but I mean, shoot, I got drafted on a Saturday. That following Thursday was back then there was a mandatory full squad mini camp. So 5 days after the draft, you're there with the full squad, full speed practicing, and I'm just sitting there like, I got LT to my right, I got Jamal Williams, I got Igor Shansky, I got Sean Phillips, I got Sean Merriman, Phillip Rivers, all the Vincent Jackson, all these guys that I had watched, and now I'm on the same field with them. It's crazy.
Hey, what do you think about the Chargers pick? Speaking of the Chargers, you played 9 years. What do you think about the Chargers pick? They took Harbaugh's building from inside out like he knows how to do
Smart.
it. Yeah.
Smart. I think he's setting the table of the culture, the identity, how you're going to win football games. Start from the inside out. You don't win in this league consistently without a great O-line and D-line and controlling the line of scrimmage. Coupling that with better coaching for Herbert and protecting them and making things easier with the run game, the play actions, the boots, the waggles. I mean, it's gonna be great, man.
They got to go wide out next, right? Go ahead, Jeff.
I was going to say, this is a quote from Micah Parsons on the Eagles drafting Quinyon Mitchell. I mean, I'm utterly disgusted on how lucky the Eagles are. He fell right into their lap. He checks every single box. This is a terrific pick. I don't know how Howie and them get so lucky.
Jeez.
Why is Micah Parsons?
I don't know. So the Lions traded with the Cowboys. Typical Cowboys. They're always trading back. They're just status quo. I know you got to pay so many guys on the team, but you're not telling me that there wasn't a stud O-line interior or some type of defensive player that could help you instead of trading back. Like,
do they not take an offensive line?
Do they not have a first round pick now?
Well, they would go back to like 26 or wherever Detroit is. I think 26, 28.
Yeah, it's Cowboys. Cowboys are gonna cowboy. Like, you always said the Chargers are gonna charge themselves. Like, it's just them until they get a full-fledged makeover, like the Chargers got with the management and the coaching staff. Until that happens, Cowboys are never gonna get back to where they were with the talent they have on that roster. It's never gonna happen.
How long are you there?
We fly back Monday, so we got a few days.
Okay, you're just
Busy days planned ahead of us, so gonna do it up with my mom and dad. My sister and her boyfriend are here too. So
Now, are you staying in the city or?
yeah, we're staying a block from Times Square.
Okay.
Staying in the city and doing it up for them. So instead of doing like Christmas presents and stuff, we just what's that?
Have you eaten any pizza?
We're going. Not yet, no. But we're doing the Brooklyn Bridge, and then there's a old vintage pizza spot on the other side, on the Brooklyn side, that we've done before. I'm not sure the name, but we're doing that on Sunday.
Nice.
Hey, the Rams took what's the kid's name, Jeff? VC?
Yeah, from Florida State. Shaun was hyped. I shot him a text and just said I was hyped about the pick, and he said it was Bowers, the D tackle for Texas, and him. If it wasn't one of those three, they were gonna to get out of it, and so they're ecstatic that they got the guy that they wanted. So
hey, before you leave, explain that. I know you talked to Sean McVay a lot. Explain the process, because Shaun just told you some interesting things. I kind of broke that down earlier. These guys think this months ahead. They got their scouting department. They got all these things. This is their needs. This is their wants. And they break that down. If they don't get 1, 2, or 3, they trade out usually, right?
Yeah, so they understand. Les does an incredible job in that scouting department of finding guys that fit the culture and fit the needs of the scheme that they run at the Rams. So that's why you find these productive players in the second, third, and fourth rounds that make do in that organization. So yeah, I mean, I knew when I saw all these offensive guys going in the 12, 13 picks, I shot him a text. I'm like, yo, we're gonna get someone good here at 19, and I was almost thinking they were gonna trade up to get the D tackle, because I know how much they liked him when he got picked at 17, I think it was. So I knew then they were on the cusp, but I didn't know the other two guys. I knew they loved the D tackle, and that's how that works. They mock these out. Like every day they'll have a mock draft within their own organization and say, all right, pick one was this guy, and then they'll just go through scenarios, and they're going through all these scenarios. They'll see what happens, so they're prepared for anything that can happen. Hey, this team trades up to the top 3 and picks this guy, and then this team trades out. So they're just going all through this. So and within that 10 minutes, they're prepared. They know they make their board, and the top programs, the top organizations stick to their board because they trust the time that they put in. They don't deviate and go unless it's a huge, huge need that the team needs. They go with the best player available, or they have their top 3 or 4 guys, and if they're in that cluster, if they're there when they're going to pick, they're happy with that pick. They're in unison in that pick, and they move forward.
Hey, there's a video out there of Arthur Blank being explained.
Oh my God! Yeah, we don't know what they're talking about. We don't know what's being said. Everyone's saying, guessing what. Unless there's audio, who really knows what they're talking about? But of course, they're gonna say he's trying to explain himself why they picked Penix. Can someone explain to me, with the amount of studs that were there at 8, is it 8 or 10? What pick was that?
7.
8 that you pick a quarterback. Oh my gosh. Like, I love Raheem, and I think Penix is a pretty good player, but 8 with the amount of good players that were still there that could help on both sides of the ball when you have your quarterback for at least the next 2 years. Like, he's not seeing the field. As an 8th pick of the draft, you're not playing him for the very earliest 3 years from now. What are we doing? What are we doing?
You and Raheem are boys. What is he? Is he building a program though? He just got the job. He's thinking 5-year plan here. You're fresh off an Achilles with Kirk. Was that a must get?
No, I think that's a pick that he doesn't have a say in, if I'm being honest. And I don't know one way or the other. I don't see how that pick is made. And you're not thinking of trying to win right now. You have a team that can win right now. If you solidify the quarterback spot and you have the talent around Cousins, you don't want to get something else maybe on the O-line or solidify a superstar on defense that can help you, but now you're getting a backup that won't play. He's not going to play. So as a veteran, and I didn't like this as a player, why in the world, if I'm one of those guys on that team, am I drafting a guy that can't help us play in the next 2 years? Why are you doing that to us? I need an explanation as an older vet.
Yeah, they're saying.
And if I'm Kirk Cousins, I'm not worried about that guy. Like I already got paid. I'm the guy. And I was this way. I welcome competition. I wasn't worried about it. Like, if I'm not good enough to beat out a rookie, then I shouldn't be playing anyway. So it's not – I don't think anything of that. I just think, like, we had a chance to get someone that could help us win right now, and we didn't do it. I want to know why.
And that's what Kirk Cousins and his team, I guess, is pissed off. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, why make that pick other than – okay, do you have 3 to 5 years to wait, guys? Like, no, we don't. We don't. So again, why you can get a veteran like you did with Kirk Cousins, or you mortgage the future and go get the quarterback that you want 3 years from now if the Cousins experience doesn't work.
You save $100 million in draft picks anyway, huh?
Well, yeah. If that was the case, why do this? You should have loaded up your defensive side of the ball. Use that money to replenish 3 or 4 starters.
That's what Jeff was saying. Jeff was like, "Shit, go get Latu or the Alabama kid."
I mean, I think the Latu kid is gonna be the best player if he stays healthy. That kid's a stud.
I do too. Hey man, I ain't gonna hold you. Enjoy the fan bam. Tell him I said
I will.
Up, and then you got to come and play some poker when you get back.
You got it, bro. Great to see you guys.
Hey, I'm coming to see you, Spring Ball. Tell your staff I'm ready to cut them
out. We need it.
All right, brother. Hey,
see you, Jeff.
All right,
see you, bud. Take it easy.
Yeah, good point. You saw the text I sent you, Jeff, from him.
Yeah, it's a bizarre situation. It really is, and it doesn't seem like really anyone has any idea why they did it. Maybe they're just trying to do the Jordan Love. Aaron Rodgers type thing, I don't know. In the case that Kirk is injured, but yeah, weird, especially at 8, very odd.
What just happened, Jeff? Somebody took somebody.
So Graham Barton just went off the board. This is an interesting player. Plays center, guard, tackle. Really good, kind of versatile player on the offensive line. Very stout pick. He'll play for a long time in the NFL. Buck's got a good player there. That's a great pick for them. He can play a lot of position.
I just don't like Baker Mayfield. I just don't think
that helps your offensive line. Again, he can play every position. A very good offensive lineman.
I just don't think they're getting. It's just a telltale sign on the quarterback position.
Now, I told you last year, I liked Baker. You give him some receivers, and look, he has his best year. So, and they made the playoffs and won a game. So. I'll tell you what, the Lions, though, that's a great pick. Terry and Arnold, you pair him with kind of a really up-and-coming defense. That's a high-level pick there.
Jeff, as we wind down round 1, who's winning right now?
Wow. Well, listen, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up, and again, even if I wasn't a fan, I look at what the Philadelphia Eagles do. You go out and get, that group already – you have a strong defensive line. You got Chauncey Gardner-Johnson back. Darius Slay's still got a few years left. You have another corner. You can let Bradbury move on. Offensively, they're very good. They needed a corner. They've needed a corner for a long time. And again, they haven't drafted a corner in the draft since 2002. 22 years. Lito Shepherd. That was the last corner they drafted in the first round. I look at Chicago. I mean, they get a quarterback, we think, and they get a really high-level player in Rome Odunze. The loser would be the Falcons.
Cardinals take Darius Robinson.
There's definitely some interesting picks here late. I mean, a guy like Darius Robinson, I didn't have him as a first-rounder. I didn't have Jordan Morgan as a first-rounder either. And they've kind of went here. I mean, the CB picks under 5.5 was I wish I had $1 billion that I bet that.
Jeff, do you know the definition of an alcoholic?
I do, yes.
This guy says I'm an alcoholic, but a smart gambler. I'm not actually a smart gambler. Jeff's a smart gambler.
An alcoholic is a person who drinks from sun up to sundown.
Thank you.
They can't function without alcohol. A person that drinks a couple of drinks a day is not an alcoholic.
Jeff, that means you wake up at 7 in the morning and you're drinking.
Listen, I had a great uncle that used to drink cologne because of that alcohol. That's an alcoholic.
Yeah, my grandfather did too. Moonshine and cologne, by the way. Pure alcohol.
Mouthwash and shit like that. That's an alcoholic. Someone that drinks hand sanitizer. That's an alcoholic.
NyQuil. Yeah. Hey, Max Hess, what's up, Max?
Hey, I'm going to keep it short and sweet, man. I just wanted to tune in with you guys. Jeff, Nadu, you got me 10 out of 12 picks correct tonight. First 12 picks, you got me 10 right. JB, I bet first 10 picks wouldn't be defense. Made a little bit of money. Shout out to you.
Nice.
I just wanted to see what y'all felt about my Seahawks getting Byron Murphy. I feel like we got arguably the best defensive player in the draft. We didn't trade back, but I'm glad with what we got because our run defense is atrocious. So, I wanted to tap in with you guys, see what you guys thought. And then also the Raiders. I think they can do it this year with getting Bowers. That's a big grab, like you said, JB. So I just wanted to pick your guys' brains a little bit and then go from there. I'm in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho right now. Last night here. I'm driving out to Fort Worth tomorrow. So wanted to tap in with you guys and then get off this thing.
Yeah, I thought Byron Murphy. I heard a lot of talk that he could go significantly higher. I think that's a great value pick there. As you mentioned, he's a good run stopper. I think he can get to the quarterback as well. Surely a great nose tackle. Kind of a lot of people compared him to Ed Oliver. Played for Buffalo.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely a need. They had an issue against the run, and I thought maybe they'd go, offensive line, but that's a great pick too. You got to shore up the trenches.
And I mean, second guy off the board on defense. I mean, at 16, you can't be mad at that.
No.
Nah, you can't. You can't. You got Geno for another year on offense. You got Sam Howell to back him up. We'll see if he grows. You got 2 legitimate wideouts, or actually 3. And we'll see the rookie mature. So you got 3 big-time wideouts. And you got a real consistent guy in Lockett. You got a freaking Metcalf. And you got a hell of a rookie. So
correct.
You got a great run game. You got a great lockdown 6'4" corner that nobody wanted to take, but Pete Carroll saved the franchise with that big pick in that 6'4" corner.
And then we got the fifth rep, the number 5 pick last year, in Devin Witherspoon at corner. So I mean, really,
and you got the D tackle from the Giants. So
yeah, Williams.
Yeah, Williams. So they're headed up. I just think that the Rams are getting really good, really quick, and I think the Niners and the Rams. That division itself is going to be. I think those 3 teams are the head of the class. The Arizona's got some years to go. They won't get better until Kyler Murray's gone.
They got a lifetime to go. But anyways, I just wanted to tap in.
What is that you're at? Like an Airbnb or something?
What's that?
That's your house, or
this is my house? Yeah, I'm actually moving right now. As you can see, I'm moving out of. I live in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. JB knows about Coeur d'Alene.
Wow.
I was just downtown there tonight for my last night here. So, but I'm moving to Fort Worth. Getting out of here tomorrow. I'm packing the U-Haul up and starting my trek down there. So, once I get down there, JB, I'm gonna fly out to LA and go see my dad, and then I'm gonna come fuck with you and Smitty, and we're gonna get this studio cracking.
Hey, what do you? Why are you leaving?
No reason really. I'm keeping all my businesses out here, but we're opening a new business down in Fort Worth area. So we just decided to get up out of Idaho and go to Texas. That's really, I mean, not real. It wasn't really anything in specific. We just wanted something new. So
the reason I asked about the Airbnb is I assumed you were like a truck driver. I didn't think you actually lived in Idaho. I thought you were like.
Oh no, I live here. Yeah, so I'm from Spokane, Washington, home of the Gonzaga Bulldogs. And then I moved out here about 2 years ago. I love it out here. I thought
you were like driving truck or something.
No.
Why would you be there for any other reason?
Entrepreneur. I got 2 businesses here, so.
Yeah, you got that's some big money there.
So yeah, so I'm moving out of here tomorrow. I'm hitting the road, and then I'll be in Fort Worth for the next at least 2 years, getting my business going down there, and then we'll see what happens after that. But yeah, we're packed up. So I just
we got a lot of Fort Worth people there. Lucy's down there in Fort Worth. We got a lot of people.
Yeah.
Down there, so
yeah, we're gonna make something happen, JB. I know you saw my DM, so we'll make something happen for sure. Once I get settled in, I'm gonna fly out there and go see my dad. He's still staying in Compton, so I'm gonna go out there and see my dad, and then I'll come fuck with you guys, and we'll get something going for sure. So I appreciate you guys taking the time tonight, letting me hop in here. It's been a while since I've been on a live, but yeah, man, as soon as I get touchdown down there and get settled in, I'll be coming out to Cali to see my dad. So,
all right, bet
we'll put something together. I appreciate it, Jeff. Always a pleasure, my boy.
You too, bro.
Thank you, bro. Oh, wait. One more thing, Jeff. What do you think about Ajayi to Gonzaga? That's the last. I know we're talking football tonight.
Oh, Michael
Gonzaga got one of the biggest portal kids this year.
Well, they got a lot more work to do. They're going to be a top 5 team next year.
Okay.
Surely.
Okay.
And he's a scorer. Can he defend? We'll see. But yeah, he's a good scorer.
Okay. All right, fellas. Well, hey, enjoy the rest of your night. JB, I'm gonna come out there middle of May. I'll give you a ring, and then we'll get something going for this studio. So.
All right, bet, brother. Appreciate you.
All right, thank you, guys.
All right, later.
See you later, bro. Hey, can we get baby girl to join? We get a girl to join too? Baby girl, you join, Chris? Anybody? We need a female to join tonight, Coach.
I know.
Chiefs trading up.
Yeah, 28.
Xavier Worthy go here.
What do the Chiefs need?
Receiver.
My main man, Wido. Wido's becoming a little entrepreneur. I don't know if you follow Wido, Jeff. Wido's been doing his thug thizzle on the podcast world. He's been all over golf courses. Shout out to the slapdick hoodie though.
Had to keep it original, JB. Come on.
Wido, man, what up, dog? It's been a minute. Hey, you're killing it out here, man. I see you.
Trying, JB. Listen, if you can let me just get a second. Jeff, what up, big dog? Coach JB, just want to give you your flowers, dog. Super proud of you, the show. Been watching for 2-3 years at this point, man. I was one of your first caller in. People, he's dropped the link twice tonight. Call in, interact with these guys, JB, man. To see you go from where you started to where you're at now. 35,000 subscribers plus, 4,000 on Twitter tonight. Shout out to everybody in the chat, everybody tuning in. This is the realest show on planet Earth. You already know.
Explain to these cats. This space is a hard one to crack, huh?
The space is hard to crack, and JB, you broke it down first years ago, and you said this space is crazy, especially now because all the celebrities, athletes are jumping into it. So they're coming in with already a following that are jumping ahead of people like me, people like you, Jeff, that are coming with a smaller following, trying to build it from the ground up. But if you're real, if you're consistent, you stay with it, you will keep going. JB, you've been live every day for 2 years straight. It's not an overnight success.
I'm lucky. I got a little following, but it's still tough, man. And it's crazy. I learned from Max.
Boom! Yes! I needed that prop to come in. Under 28.5. Come on.
Jeff hit that. Jeff's been killing it tonight. Best better in the world, Jeff Nadu. Make sure you follow him. He'll be on our winnable, and he might be going to winnable as well. So make sure you stay tuned. Here's the thing. McAfee hit me up years ago when I was on his show, and he told me, it's crazy because I actually have more visual eyes on me than McAfee, than anybody. 400 million people saw that show on Netflix. But the space is crazy. It doesn't necessarily translate. I should have fucking 100 million followers in, right? It don't work like that, though. And I see you grinding, and this thing is just like, I get DMs every day. Damn, I didn't know you had a show. It's crazy. Like, dog, it just, I figured, I was like, fuck, I should have at least 100,000 followers.
This is why I went to another genre. Like, sports is hard, man. You know, that's why I got out of it, kind of. You know?
Sports is hard, and especially when you're someone like you, JB, someone like you, Jeff, that always keeps it real. You're going to deal with the shadow ban era. You know, it's just difficult to deal with. But JB, I want to say, man, I'm trying to move my shit. You already know me. You mentioned me. I appreciate you giving me my flowers. But I'm trying to take a trip out there, JB. I'm trying to come see you, pull up at the spot, see the Slapdick Bullies, and shoot some content for you, dog. I think the next level we need is in person with JB. Whether it's an interview with me, I can just have you just sit down and just go off. That's all we need, man.
Hell yeah, come through anytime. You can stay here. I got extra rooms. I got, like I said, Jeff can stay here too. I got rooms. Brand new beds, the whole deal. Brand new sheets for Jeff, the whole deal. Yeah, you got to come out. Jeff's coming out in May. He's going to drive across the country. I used to make those drives all the time. I love driving, so I love seeing the country. We got a beautiful one. If you get through the Midwest, you get through like Tennessee and Kentucky, and you get to the Midwest, fucking beautiful country. So
I'll tag along with you, Coach. I'll just vlog it for you.
Oh yeah, Jeff's gonna enjoy it driving out here. Yeah, you got to come out, dog. We're trying to get this studio. Hopefully, we get the studio here soon. We'll be in person, but like right here, I wish we could do the show here. Smitty just lives too far, but we could do a show here every day. It'd be fire. I could make this thing. This thing's plenty.
Where are you gonna get a studio?
Man, any day now.
Where though?
At downtown LA.
So closer to him or you?
Yeah. It's right by him. The reason is because, first of all, get my ass out the house. I ain't been out the house in 4 years. Number one.
So you're going to go there every day?
Yeah, I drive. It's 55 minutes with no traffic. I'll leave at 4 in. I'll get there in an hour, and then I won't have any traffic coming back either. So it's not a big deal for me.
When do you think you're going to do that?
Any day, maybe even tomorrow. Depends on when this DraftKings money kicks in. Here's the thing. Put it in person, sacrifice it a year, see how it goes in person, see if some people bite on giving us a deal, because the concept in person, you know what I mean? And then I'm also in touch with Netflix and a few other people that I have contacts with, obviously, for a couple show ideas. So we'll see what happens, but get this show in person where downtown LA makes sense because, you know, Cats coming in town, we get them in live. LAX, you drive 10 minutes downtown, boom. So any celebrities or anybody like that, LA makes the most sense. And then in person, so it makes the most sense as far as money goes, ad sponsors, etc. LA, you know. So, you know, I'm an hour away. In traffic, I'm 3 hours away. That's the problem. But in that time, 4 in, there'll be no traffic. I'll get there. Smitty will meet me. We'll get going. Bailey will run it. I got a great tech guy, my boy Enoch. He'll set us up, get us these cameras. McAfee gave us a bunch of camera plugs, so we'll get the cameras going so we can have all the different angles and all that shit. Oh, yeah. So hopefully we get it going. But
and
we'll
Coach,
see.
really, you even if you just did it like once a week, an in-person show on top of your weekly shows that you do live, it'd be a game changer. And if anybody that sees my page, Wado, 90% of my stuff, Coach, is off an iPhone. So you'll be surprised at what you can do with a little bit of equipment.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I know your shit looks great. I got the new iPhone, and it's like crazy the difference in the camera.
Yeah.
But like, I got a film guy and guys that are interested in helping. So we'll see. But like in person, I think changes the game, especially when we got different sets in the studio. So we're not even getting a huge place. We're getting about double this space I'm in. And this place right here, which I've turned into my lounge at my house, is only 450 square feet. I'm going to get about an 800 square foot spot. So here we go. Let's see.
Got.
Who's next?
They got an offensive lineman. There you go.
Where's he from?
Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah, Tyler Guyton.
And even if you get that live on the road show, Coach, a traveling show with you, Jeff, Matt, Smitty, shout out to Big Smitty, man, a traveling show. And Jeff, I just want to shout out to you, man. Sometimes I disagree with your takes, but I'll tell you what, I learned a lot from Jeff. I learned a lot from Jeff betting, the sit down crime pod, man. I'm a big fan of Mafia stuff, so I learned a lot from Jeff. So shout out to Jeff Nadu, man.
Thanks, man.
A big guy. And your journey, bro. Your journey is inspirational for a lot of people. So shout out to you, big dog.
That's very nice of you.
Hey,
you got to check out your channel. I didn't even know you had a channel.
Yeah, he's killing it right now. He's
trying, dog.
He's all over the place. So what do you got going, man? You I see you got a couple ad sponsors. You got a couple. Are they helping you out when you shout out the water company and all these different companies?
Shout out to Chaser Water. Yeah, those are my guys. Definitely a brand ambassador. I can call myself a little bit for them, but basically everything's in-house for myself, JB. I do all the editing myself. Shout out to my brothers Chance and Q. We've got our own professional studio right here in South Florida. But basically, I've turned my podcast into a multimedia marketing company, basically. So I do a lot of work for businesses and brands. People in my local communities, do a lot of video work for them. And then I try to do stuff for myself. I kind of got lost in the business, lost my own kind of thing, JB, but now I'm back doing it. So we pushing the big time. And I just want to come shout out to you, JB. You've helped me along the way. You've motivated me, big dog. So like I said, I got to make a trip out there, JB. First of all, to make some video content for you. Second of all, to show you how to really make the jump shot. Okay, I'm talking about really Jimmy Crack Corn, Coach.
I listen. You could jump and all that, but the jumper though, I'm telling you, you're gonna like come here and you're gonna be like, damn, motherfucker, Jimmy Crack Corn for real. My Jimmy is impeccable.
Yeah, I love it, Coach. And you see me, I got into golf. Anybody out there that's thinking about golf? I've been a basketball player my whole life, never golfed. Regretting not getting into it. I could have gotten out of school on golf trips. It's a great sport. I love it. Spent a lot of money, Coach, but.
Hey, Mike Raven, how the hell would I know? I knew he did content. I didn't know he had a podcast. That's dope. I'm gonna go watch it.
I haven't even seen the damn comments. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I haven't seen nothing, but shout out to everybody, regardless.
There's always somebody that has a fucking comment. Jimmy Crack Corn, though, I can't wait to cross you up and hit that jumper over you. You're too little, Whiteo. You're too little.
I've been hearing that my whole life.
You can jump, but you know what I'm saying? I'm multifaceted, dog, with the hands. I'm ambidextrous. I fuck around with the left in the post, right? I'll take you down there. I'm losing some weight, but I'm still 279. You know what I mean? What do you weigh, 140?
Damn, Coach, try me. Decent. 175 out here, 6'3". I'm okay.
I got you by 100 pounds plus.
You definitely got me. Everybody's had me. Even when I was in college, I was always a little guy, but it's all good. It's all good, man.
I thought y'all canceled the show not showing up in my feed. I had to manually search it. I don't know. So I get shadow banned. What can I say? We're the realest show on planet Earth. Travis Bones, shut the fuck up. What do you think about the? What do you think about the Lakers? Before you get out of here, what do you think about these Lakers?
Coach, man, anytime you got LeBron James, you got a little chance. AD's looking okay, but let me see. I didn't even see the final score. Did they get the win tonight or did they lose?
No, they're up 4 at half.
Okay, good. They have to win tonight.
Think about it. What time early. 11:30?
What'd you say?
What time?
I'm at 11:30. Yeah, 11:30.
And they're fucking at halftime.
All the West Coast games are late.
Halftime, dog. Again, that is why the NCAA, by the way, the NCAA, the voting is so fucking skewed. UCLA, when they were a powerhouse, they would lose one game as the number 1 seed, and they would drop to fucking like 9. North Carolina, Duke, anytime they're 1, they'd lose a game, they drop to 2. Because the East Coast bias in as far as the ratings and all the voters on the East Coast, nobody watches the West Coast because they're fucking asleep.
Yeah, true.
So it's like it's always been that way. Football, basketball, any type of voting and ratings, it's fucking so skewed, man.
Yeah, I don't know what you do. I don't know if you play them earlier.
That's why the Pac-10 or Pac-12 started to go 9 a.m. and then on the West Coast we were like, fuck, who's gonna watch that? So then they stopped that. But now there's no Pac-12, so we'll see.
Yeah. As a UFC fan, sometimes when they do the Saudi cars and it's in the middle of the day, it's like, man, this is kind of nice compared to 12 a.m.
Yeah. Ravens pick is in. I don't know what do the Ravens need, Jeff?
Well,
quarterback?
They always take a defender. They
need a quarterback. They need a quarterback.
No, they don't. They got an MVP candidate at quarterback, motherfucker.
Ah, shit. Fucking quarter. He's the worst MVP of all time, by the way. He has literally the worst stats ever as an MVP.
I would maybe go receiver too. AD Mitchell.
Why though? You can't give him the ball.
There you go, your boy. That's a defense.
Another corner.
Cooper DeJean's gonna go in the second round. That's crazy.
Jay Earn. Hey, I know you like Lamar, but dog, he's garbage.
No, he's not, dude.
Lamar's garbage.
You think Mahomes is garbage too?
Yeah, they are. They're average. They're fucking average, and that's how bad the league is. Think about it.
Who's that piece of ass in the Cowboys draft room? Who is that?
Hey, the DeJean kid. Where's he at? Huh?
There's a piece of ass in the Cowboys draft room. Who is that?
Where's the DeJean kid gonna go?
I think he's gonna go second round.
He still didn't get picked.
Who's the last few picks here?
San Francisco and Buffalo.
I got to turn my boy Pat Perez on. They're in Australia, by the way, and they just started their first round. It's Friday there, by the way.
We'll see.
You gotta go to the CW.
Is it on YouTube?
Where the fuck is it?
Bro, we've been on here 3 hours and I've been on here for almost 4 hours.
Have you really?
Yeah, I got on at 7:50.
How many
Jeff
more
held
picks?
it down in the beginning.
How many more picks, Jeff?
I did an hour show earlier. 2.
And shout out to Bailey. I don't know if Bailey's still here right now, but Bailey, man, you're a goddamn legend, bro. Shout out to everything that you do.
Him and I have been here since 7:45, 7:50.
Oh, yeah, they got it live.
Well, I appreciate you, brother.
Hey,
there's the man. There's the man. There's the man.
Brother, I appreciate you, man.
All
Shout out
love,
on what
dog.
you do.
Hey, Bailey got a show going now. He's getting his shit cracking.
Absolutely, bro.
I gotta find the live golf real quick.
I know you cashed out on the Ryan Garcia card. Come on, coach.
Yeah, I did. I bet Ryan Garcia.
Even if he did lose, plus 400 to start, you could not pass that up. Let's go.
Here we go. We got the live. We got the live. We got the live. My boy PP. I gotta get Jeff out here. We go watch PP.
How much you making that?
Huh?
How much are they making that live thing?
Shit, they get paid like a league almost. They get paid just to come in there and play, and then they get paid to win.
I know this. How many months into the year are we?
4, 5.
4 months in. 4 months in. Pat's made multi-millions of dollars already this year. And he hasn't won a tournament.
That's crazy.
So, and plus he's a Michael Jordan's first golfer. He's
Why
a
the
Jordan.
fuck can I be a golfer?
He's the best. He's the premier Jordan golfer. Number one. Number two. He's MGM's number one sponsor. So anytime we go to Vegas and Aria and all that, dog, $100,000 a night. The motherfucker gets comped. So I'm just telling you, it's insane shit that when I go with him, fuck with him. Yeah.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Hey, if Saudi creates a college football program, which they're saying they are, and Pat told me some shit, I'm talking straight to the prince because I've met him twice now with Pat. He's the prince. This motherfucker is worth. I'm not even gonna tell you because people don't believe it because they don't have to report their money.
Untaxable money. Yeah.
By the way, you see the Forbes and all that. These motherfuckers.
They're worth like hundreds of billions of dollars.
No, they're actually
with a T word.
Trillion, dog. Mm-hmm. They can buy Elon Musk and Bezos in one fucking night.
Yeah, I'm tired as fuck, Supreme.
Yeah, Jeff looks tired. How many more picks are there?
Bro, this has been the longest day ever.
Last 2.
Yeah, I don't sleep anyway, so I don't care. Ash, what are you doing? Ash, stop licking that. No. Come here.
Sounds like me.
Come here. Come here.
Niners on the clock.
Who is?
Niners.
Shut the fuck up, Nemo. Fuck off.
I didn't even know Pat was live right now.
Yeah, they're live right now. That's right behind me. They're probably copyright me. Come on. I'll appeal it. I'll get Pat to hit somebody up.
Damn, that dog's huge.
He's a puppy. He's a puppy. 145 pounds.
He's a puppy. He's huge.
Yeah, he's a puppy. Sleep is overrated, Lucy. You know that shit too.
That dog is beautiful.
Yeah, his puppies are about 50 grand a pop. I gotta breed him soon. I gotta find him some pussy. He hasn't had pussy. He's almost 2. So I gotta get him some pussy because the pups are
Times that by 10 and we got JB's length of time.
Hey. If you can't get pussy, you can't coach for JB. If you can't get pussy, you can't be one of JB's dogs. Simple as that.
You can't recruit, Wido, if you can't
recruit. That's
JB, you have one dog or more than one?
I got 2 right now. I gave 2 up to Roy Williams. Roy Williams, the shout out to Dallas Cowboy legend, Oklahoma legend. He took 2 of my dogs for me. His mama, Bailey, and then Bonham. 2 of my favorites too, man. I hated
What's your other dog's name?
I hated it, but I had to give them up because they were fucking fighting, man. They were almost killing each other. Callie. So Callie is his daddy's baby mama, but she's not his baby mama.
Okay.
Bailey is tri-merle, so he's a tri-merle. Shaquille O'Neal offered me 75 grand for Ash when he was 6 weeks old. He was, but I was still in the process. I was still in the process of waiting for DNA tests to be ran because if you don't know this about dogs, Bonham was one of my alpha males, and Stogie obviously was King Alpha. They both got to Bailey, and they both got her pregnant. So a dog can get pregnant by 3 males in one sitting. So she can have 3 male puppies in one breed.
Sounds like Tyreek Hill last year.
Tyreek Hill's about to have a star. Tyreek Hill right now has almost.
That motherfucker had 4 kids in 1 year.
4 and 1.
By 4 baby mamas?
Yeah, I think it was like 2 or 3.
That's insane.
And they're all out there. They all out there like repping and shit too. Like they don't know that this motherfucker had 4 bitches pregnant the same year.
Not for nothing though. That's kind of a G move to just like go fuck with every hot bitch you want and just you can have a kid, have a baby by me, baby, be a millionaire.
It's really not a G move though because this motherfucker he's gonna be broken. All the money he gets, people don't realize. Do you know the fucking monthly output on child support?
It's so funny too, because if you look at the women, they literally all look the same. Like every girl looks the same.
He had 4 baby mamas, by the way.
Black hair, like.
Oh.
Wow, Ricky Pearsall, Florida. That I had him like in the 50s. Wow. That's insane. I mean, I guess Ayuk's gone, right?
Yeah. Who's the last pick?
All right, Wido, take it easy, bro.
Who's the last pick?
There's 2 more picks. Buffalo. Buffalo. Just Buffalo.
All right. So who's the wideout they take? McConkey? I bet right now they take McConkey.
I'm gonna go with A.D. Mitchell.
Let's bet right now. Everybody out there, who wants to bet on it? I'm taking McConkey right now. Jeff's taking Mitchell. Who do the Buffalo Bills take? Do they already have a pick?
No, they traded it.
They traded it.
They had a 28th, but they traded it.
Fuck. So are they not getting this guy some receivers? God damn.
I'm going to go A.D. Mitchell.
Do they take the Gene?
Nah, I think you got to take a receiver, man.
I mean, fuck. Why would you trade out of it?
Because you can still get a receiver a few picks later, and they get to probably add some. They add a pick.
Why would Buffalo? To Matt's point earlier, I agree. Like, why hasn't nobody been aggressive? There's been no aggressive moves in this draft. It's kind of been just like fucking whatever. Whoever is picking. Like, I just don't see any. Denver didn't make a move for a quarterback. Minnesota, I mean, this is the most watered down draft I've ever seen. It's so fucking vanilla.
Yeah, there hasn't been much taking shots from anybody. We got one more pick. I'm going to go with A.D. Mitchell.
I'm going to go McConkey. Lakers up 1 point. AD at the free throw line. Just missed the fucking free throw, of course. They're up by 1. 9 minutes left in the third quarter. AD has 20 points, 7 rebounds.
I mean, you got to realize the Chiefs got – that's insane that the Bills did that. A.D. Mitchell. Panthers trade up to pick 32. What the fuck are the Bills doing? The Panthers trade up.
Hey, I might be in Houston, Max. By the way, I'll be there for the live. I'll be there for the live. Yeah, exactly. I didn't read your thing, Max. I'll be at the live in Houston with Pat. So yeah, it's about 3 hours from Fort Worth. Come on down. I'll be there with my boy Sean Salisbury. Lives in Houston. He'll be down there with us. Sean couldn't join us tonight. He's going to be on the show tomorrow, though, in the morning. Salisbury will be. But yeah, we'll be down in Houston for the live. See, I've always thought about moving to Houston. I love Houston. I think it's the closest thing to LA. But I just don't know about the hurricanes and the weather and the humidity and the flooding and the power grid and the border and
yeah, but Houston's not really by the border.
I know, but fuck.
What the fuck are the Bills doing, though? Seriously. Panthers get a skill position player. A.D. Mitchell. Poor A.D.
Austin Reeves is fucking.
There you go. Leggett. Wow. A.D. Mitchell. And Bills still might get him.
The Lakers are down 3 points, and Austin Reeves just fucking blew a layup. Yeah, if I could move, I would move to Scottsdale. Number one, no doubt.
I've been telling you, I got 5 more years here, and then I'm out.
Really?
Italy.
West Coast? West Coast?
No, I'm leaving this country, bro.
Oh, you're out of the country.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait. It's been my dream. It was always going to be 40, but I'm going to try to go by 40, before 40.
Really?
Yep.
So where?
Posillipo. It's in Italy. It's a really beautiful coastal town in Italy. I'm out. I'm done with this country.
I hope it ain't getting taken over because Italy's getting fucked over right now.
Nah, it's a good spot to go to.
Yeah. Lakers down 6 now.
Yes, I am, Tanner.
John, you're in Costa Mesa. My cigars are in Costa Mesa at High Times. I know you've been there. Best cigar.
Hey, Coach. I got a friend of mine I met him through the mob world. He has a house. You got to see this fucking house. It's in what is it called? Dana Point, maybe?
Yeah, Dana Point.
It's insane.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. There's money down there.
It's like south. It's like it's by San Diego, right?
It's north of San Diego, south of Newport Beach. So you're right in between. It's still about an hour from San Diego, but you're You're basically in South Orange County.
By the way, I'm curious, Coach, before we go here, where were all the Colorado players in this?
I didn't see Horn get drafted. Did
Yeah,
anybody?
I thought he was going to get drafted. Xavier Weaver, these whatever his name is.
Who is it? Who's in the draft from Colorado?
No idea. Xavier Weaver, I think.
Lakers are down 8 points. What a fucking joke.
No, they did this in game 1. They were up like 12, and they ended up losing by like 15. Bizarre. Well, the first round's over, and other than this pick, we got one more pick. Carolina.
No, they just picked.
No, they just picked Leggett, so we're done.
Yeah, we're done. Shout out to everybody, man. We got 5,000 people in here, man. Overall,
I'll be back on the show within 11 hours.
Yeah, no shit. We got 4,500 people on X, Twitter.
Let me tell you all one thing, too. I don't work for free. JB's the only person I will come on here for 4 hours for.
Man, much love, Jeff. I
Love
hope to make this big so I can pay Jeff. That's be my goal. Pay Jeff.
Man, I like talking to everybody.
Nah, but still, if I want to be the next McAfee, paid motherfuckers. That's gonna be the big thing, because we're the realest people on this fucking platform. People don't realize that shit.
Yeah,
the world needs a fucking real voice. So we'll see. Shout out to everybody on Twitter, man. 5,000 people on Twitter. Shout out to you guys. And I've never done Twitter this late, so 5,000 people. We might have to go Twitter later than normal. But shout out Jeff to everybody. Shout out everybody that came on. Eric Weddle, Super Bowl champ. Big Matt. Big Mac Tess, Wido. Everybody that's came on. Shout out to everybody.
The doctor. Who else do we
Dr.
have?
Jesse Morse.
Weddle.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody that's come on. Shaun King couldn't make it. He'll be on the show tomorrow with Jeff, though. So we'll talk second round with Shaun tomorrow on the show. And like I said, Jeff is 3 hours ahead of me. It's almost midnight at Jeff's house. He needs to get some sleep. And I'm going to be up for a while. It's still only 8:50 here. I'm going to smoke another stick, sip another yak. And AE, we'll see what happens. Jeff, much love to you, brother. Get some sleep. All right.
See you tomorrow.
Brother, peace. Shout out to everybody, man. Pound the like. All the ladies in the house, everybody, pound that like, subscribe, become a member if you're not a member. We need all the members we can get. As we said, we'll be in the studio soon. And we'll see you first thing in the morning. Peace out to everybody on X. Everybody on X, join us at 6 in the morning tomorrow on the realest show on planet Earth. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm about to go watch my boy Pat Perez finish up the Live Golf Tournament in Adelaide, Australia. Shout out to everybody there and everybody else. Appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.